social media stuff. Gotta get this stuff on. You see this? Watch this. Watch this. See it?
Why is he?
What's frozen?
Why is it blurry?
Stop pushing. Yeah. Hello, my girl. When I'm not you, I will pray for you, and I go pray for you. My desire for you is more than I can explain. $1 million. $1 million.
Anyway, don't get right with corner. Will you come with me to my corner? I won't give you hard drive format. There was cinnamon 5 on that. Nice chick, me a promo. We did nice flick with my Kodak. Freeze, big cheese, oh gosh. The body, big boom, sekunka. By the way, first thing, find out. Cause I didn't say she have a revival. But nobody will be in I'm try that. And then someone chill for a revival. So because I wear 6 hours. I mean, we have a crash for 20 hours. My name then change all back. I grew up because I saw, but all because of Lola. Lola, Lola, because of Lola. Lola, because of
What? Just now?
Yeah.
You sure that's? I hope not. Let me see where I get shit. No, that's not what I showed you.
This is what. Oh,
Yeah, lady.
I'm so guilty of not looking at my messages.
Look at her, but easy, don't because of she wanna marry me. I also just have to go watch it. Oh, girl, I'm she talk.
Let me see you. All right. All right. All right, all right. We're live.
Okay.
What's going on, everyone?
What up?
Welcome, welcome. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. All right, let's have some fun. What's going on, everyone? Please go ahead and share and share and share. We're talking some cool stuff today. Marriage Issues, episode 2. We're back. So, as we told you before, what's going on, everyone? Instagram, what's happening? Bro, TK, how far now? Say Tom 78. What's going on? Welcome. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about this. We're here to talk about marriage issues. We have a few things we're going to talk about today. The main topic, if you really want to see our screen, I don't want to. Anyway, just have fun wherever you are. But anywhere you are, please go ahead and share and let everyone know that we're here. This is what we're talking about today. We're talking about Letoya Luckett, a very nice, young-looking lady who is now married to a person by the name of Tommi. Tommi, what's his last name?
Tommi Walker.
Walker. All right. So we're talking marriage issues today. These people right now, they're on TV and their marriage is being displayed to the whole world. And we just find a few things that we can all learn from. So if you're watching me on Facebook, please go ahead and share. This is my beautiful wife, Lola. Hi, baby. All right. So we're going to just talk, have some fun. And I also wanted to, if you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook somewhere, please make sure you introduce yourself and tell us where you're plugging in from, you know. And later on, if you have any questions, post it, and we're just going to talk. Who's Letoya? Babe, who's Letoya? They need to know. Did I say it right? Letoya Luckett.
It's okay to say Letoya. Okay.
It's not Letoya.
Use
It's LE. It's not La.
Oh, it's not. It's
LE.
not LA.
See, she's correcting me already.
Oh,
See,
I didn't know.
women, eh?
I'm just
Women.
saying. I thought it's.
You know.
I didn't know it's Le. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You can just call Letoya.
If you can you hear me clearly? If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, and you can hear me clearly, please let us know you can hear me clearly. That way we're not just talking to ourselves. That'll be nice. Thank you so much. Yes, it's Letoya, baby. It's not Latoya.
Okay.
All right.
So
You gotta be nice. You gotta be nice. All right. So
nice.
So what's going on though? You're watching from Sudan. Degash, what's up, Degash?
Wow.
Mary Lawal. Welcome. So there's a show on TV right now called Greenleaf. What's her name on Greenleaf? We don't know. But there's another show on VH1 right now called T.I. and Tiny
Family Hustle.
Family and Friends.
Oh,
Hustle now.
Hustle.
And one of the star cast on the show, her name is Letoya. She used to be one of the members of Destiny Child.
Mm-hmm.
Millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. Bratayo Alpha now. Welcome. Thank you for joining. All right.
Welcome,
So millions upon millions of dollars,
mm-hmm.
millions upon millions of records sold. Destiny Child, before they kicked her and her friend out of the group, she came back, became a star in her own right.
Mm-hmm.
She had a few hit singles, hit albums, but she's still popping. And her name is Letoya Luckett, and she's still on TV. Letoya is LE. You know, this is her picture right here. Some of you may know who we're talking about already. But yeah, she got married for the second time about 2 years ago. So right now they're on this reality TV show and their marriage is being displayed. You want to tell us a little bit more? Maybe I didn't cover some things.
No, you're doing fine. Go ahead.
All right. So, you know, she's on TV. Their marriage is being displayed. They're having issues. But these are real issues that most of us have gone through or we are going through, and we thought it would be nice to come here and encourage them. First of all, I want to celebrate this couple because it's not easy to display your life on TV like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, never mind the money. The money is never really worth it. I know they're getting paid on the show, but the kind of pain, emotional pain, heartache that comes with being displayed to the whole world and, you know, airing your dirty laundry like that can be a lot, you know. So definitely want to, primarily, we're going to talk about all their issues as much as we remember. But there's also some comments on some YouTube videos that we thought were interesting that we want to address. As usual, we come here 5 o'clock on Fridays. This is the second episode, official episode. We've done a few before that, just to talk about these things. Once in a while, we'll look at a celebrity. It's public anyway, and we'll talk about it, right? And then we'll take it from there. And if you have any questions, any contributions, anything like that, we'd appreciate. We'd appreciate it. We'll see what else Otun, Law Fimo. We're all learning.
Right.
We're all students of this game called life, love, and marriage. Yeah, so that's what we're here to talk about.
Yes.
All right. So so they got married about 2 years ago. The red carpet. Is he the manager or something? We're not sure exactly what the situation there
I don't
is.
think
Right?
he's the manager.
We're not sure what the situation there is. They also have a somewhat of a blended family.
They do.
That's an additional layer of energy to manage, right?
Mhm.
When you have to bring another child from another marriage. He was also married for 8 years before that.
And he has a daughter from that marriage.
Yeah, I won't be able to eat this right now. It will be rude.
Period.
Right. So, yeah. What did you say just now?
I said
He has a child.
Period.
Whatever.
No, before that.
He has a child.
daughter.
He has
From that
please help
marriage.
us share. Please help
From
us
that
share.
8 years marriage.
Yeah.
He has a daughter.
Yeah. So he has a daughter from the 8 years marriage from before. So but she doesn't have any children from before. She did lose the child before this marriage.
She lost her pregnancy.
And we'll talk about where that detail is important.
Yes.
Right. So in recent times, just up to now, they're actually on a TV show, right? And they're arguing a lot, right? He lost his mother.
He lost his mother to a terminal disease, yes.
To a terminal disease.
That's a big deal.
Right? So that's a big deal, right? So I like to share this picture right here. This picture is best to share because it showcases the family. So we can know that we're talking about a family, because people tend to forget that we're talking about a family when we're dealing with, when they're talking about all of these issues. Let's see here. May you guys' happiness never end in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks. Yeah.
Jesus' name.
Please help us share. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have a goal to help at least 1,000 marriages, even if it's connected at door, as in like, somebody that knows somebody that's somebody. You can take one little bit of wisdom, maybe weekend from you too, and you can share with somebody else, and that's our goal, just to continue to impact. And we have this platform here, LolaandOla.com. All right, so it's a family that we're talking about. Why is that important? That people should know that we're talking about a family and not just a rude guy, quote unquote. A lot of people think it's rude right now. We'll talk about that in a second. But this is a show that you guys should watch. We watch a few shows on TV that has to do with marriage because they're the same issues everywhere that you go, right? We're talking about marriage issues, right? The same issues everywhere you go, right? Let's make sure that this mic is close so we can hear us, right? So why do you think that's important? That we're talking about a family and not just some individual?
Why is it important that we're talking about the family, not the individual?
A family and not
because
some
the whole
individual.
family is involved. Because when these things happen between a husband and a wife, it just doesn't end there. It impacts the children involved because now they have a daughter of their own, right? I don't know how old she is. Maybe she's under 1 or a little bit over.
Right.
I'm not
about,
sure.
About 1 year old.
Yeah, but it affects them. So when they're going through these issues and people can't see beyond what is going on in that moment, it destroys families. Yeah.
So they're arguing a lot. He shuts down a lot. So when they are talking, he claims he doesn't like argument. So he shuts down when they get into real conversations, when she wants to talk about real things that are happening. Is there anything I'm missing here?
So I took a few notes based on what we saw.
So first of all, let's talk about the things that we know is happening to them right now. And then, we'll dig in through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you end up chewing that gum?
A little bit.
Oh my goodness.
I'll put it back.
Don't be doing that in my ears. Because you already said that would be rude. Okay.
We're waiting for you to see.
Oh, you're waiting for me?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, Tommy lost his mom to cancer. And Toya is being shut down by Tommi because Tommi lost his go-to person. At least this is what Toya feels is going on. And to Toya, that's not fair because now she's losing her own go-to person. So when you're in a marriage with someone that just lost their mother, how do you deal with that? Because that's a serious issue right there. First of all, I feel like you're going to learn to have a lot of patience, almost infinite patience, because honestly, it's not fair to Toya, but these things are not planned.
Right.
Tommi is going through a hard time.
Right.
He just can't pick himself up. And I honestly feel like because Tommi is the husband, and we often tell men to, suck it up, you're the man, you're the leader. We don't really give them a proper outlet to let go of their issues.
Because they're supposed to be a man.
Because they're supposed to be a man. So I would say he should go see some kind of, counselor to help him with his grief because he seriously needs that. And Toya was telling him that, but he's just shutting down.
But they went to see a counselor.
Eventually.
Okay, eventually. Okay.
It feels like, I feel like he did that because he didn't have a choice.
Right.
Like, you know what? Let me go. Let me just shut the shit down. I'm just gonna go so she doesn't feel like I'm not listening.
Right.
But what happened at the counselor's office? What eventually happened? He eventually got mad.
Right.
So
they both got mad.
That shows me that
they both got mad.
Yeah, they both got mad. Right. Yeah, but I feel like he wasn't open when he was going to the counselor, right?
Right.
He didn't go there open-minded.
Well, he got an advice from a friend.
He got an advice from his pastor.
From friend, Toya's husband. He was encouraged a little bit to go. Toya's husband.
What do you mean Toya's husband, baby?
The other cast on the show. Toya's husband.
Toya's husband got an advice from someone on the show?
Letoya's husband got an advice, a support. Like, he listened a little bit. That was when he was encouraged to go to the other guy.
The other Toya.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't say Letoya, I said Toya.
Okay, baby. Because in my head, I call her Toya. Because I honestly didn't think her name is Letoya. I thought it was Letoya, so I just said Toya anyway.
Well, there are two of them. So.
There is two of them. But I missed that part. I remember the part where the Pastor John Gray advised him to go see, to
go see a certified counselor.
Because, women, okay, I'm going to quote him. He said, how you process your grief impacts Toya. It's putting a pressure on her that she'll never tell you.
Right.
And that is true because women, they tend to want to, sometimes women won't tell you when you're messing up.
Right.
Like they want to protect your feelings.
Protecting your feelings.
And protecting your feelings then is actually hurting them more.
Right.
So I kind of understand what Pastor John Gray said there. And eventually they went to see the counselor.
Right.
So when they got to the counselor, okay, before they went to the counselor, Toya wanted to give Tommi something to, look up to make him feel better.
Right.
Like get out of I feel like it's one of those situations we say bribing for sex, except that it's not sex. Like I'm trying to get you out of your mood.
Yeah, like let me just give you what you want so you can leave me alone.
That kind of thing. So she gave him, she for his birthday, she had some friends over. And she gave him a nice picture of him and his mother on a pendant, and it said "Forever in my heart." That was such a thoughtful thing that Toya did, but that broke Tommi's heart again. That it took him back to the old feeling again because he's still going through a lot. He's mourning the loss of
that
his
was
mother.
His way of grieving.
That was his way of grieving, and it felt like I feel like Tommi was feeling like Toya wasn't being patient enough with him because he's having an attitude throughout this moment. He's being frustrated. He's very short with his attitude. And another thing is he cries at night. And he's also so ashamed of himself for crying. He doesn't want his wife to see him that way.
To be seen crying.
So it's a whole lot of mess that they're dealing with. It's a whole.
You forgot the part that he's being an asshole to his wife throughout his whole process.
Yes, that's why I said he gets frustrated.
So that's probably the part some people want to hear about. He's being a jerk to his wife
But
throughout this whole process.
I don't want to give an excuse for him being a jerk, but I cannot understand how you can unconsciously be a jerk. I feel like he's unconsciously being a jerk. He doesn't mean to hurt this woman, but he's not in the right frame of mind.
Right,
it's so hard to judge someone when they're
I think both facts are important to point out. The first fact is he's being a jerk to his wife. The second fact is that he probably doesn't mean to be a jerk. This is his way of processing the grief and the sadness of losing his mother, not being able to handle his emotions as a human being first, before we talk about him being a man, right?
Right.
As a human being, you lost someone. It's just what it is, and how you're going to process that can vary from people to people.
Absolutely.
How that's going to affect your marriage, it's a real thing.
It's a real issue.
And yes, sometimes that means someone's going to come off as a jerk. That's it. That's what you got.
Okay, so they eventually made it to they eventually made it down to the counseling, and the counselor asked Tommi, what do you think you're doing? And Tommi is like, it feels like Toya feels like he's rude, one. And she also doesn't like his direct tone.
Yeah.
So
to put it exactly how she put it, she said, "Why you being an asshole?"
Right. Like when he talks, it's a straight shooter. It's not sensitive with his words.
That was a real and funny moment.
Yes. So and when they asked Toya what the problem was, she said Tommi said she doesn't cook enough. And she doesn't plan enough alone time. Now the counselor asked Tommi, how disruptive do you think your words are? Tommi said an 8.
Right.
He owned it. He was like an 8. He knows that his words cut like knife. Like knife.
Like that.
And when they asked Toya was like 15. Okay, that's like
right.
By the way, Toya is a Pisces, and
you're a Pisces,
and I'm a Pisces. I can totally relate to that. Look, I know people say
once you are cut with your words,
oh my God,
you want to use your own words to cut back.
And the funny
Thank
thing
God
is,
for your life. Say amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Okay.
The funny thing is, I suck at expressing myself. I know I do. So when someone says something horrible to me as a Pisces, number one, I'm very sensitive. Words are like a big deal to me. What you say to me matters a lot.
Yeah.
They're like, and I tell people, your words, like they say in Yoruba land, your words are like eggs. When they drop, you can't pack them
anymore. A few years back when you were saying that to me, I thought you heard that in it. No, I got it. But I thought you heard that. It's like, stop watching so much Nigerian movies.
Well,
I've never heard you said that before. Why are you saying that word?
I don't forget words. I don't know, but for me,
all this deep.
I can relate with that. And if I feel like as a friend, if I have a friend that you just want to put me down and you're just disrespectful,
you cut them out.
I cut them off.
Jesus,
I can't help it. I just have to move on.
I was about to say that's evil, but
I mean, it might be.
Maybe it's avoiding evil.
That's bad.
Maybe that's your way of avoiding evil.
Exactly. Because another thing is, I'm a runner. I will run. I swerve drama like crazy. I don't like drama. So if it's coming, I'm running.
First of all, before you continue, let me apologize to everyone on Instagram. Okay,
yes.
We kind of like try to move everything. Hello, Facebook and YouTube. We try to move everything. Hey, for me, what's up, family? We try to move everything to Facebook, but that was not nice. So we're back. We'll always make sure we're plugged in with you guys as well too. Anywhere you're watching us, we'll love it. Anyone,
and by the way,
go ahead,
people can always call us. If you're missing us,
come
and join the conversation.
But please, let's stay on topic. Let's make sure that we we will help you to stay on topic anyway. Either way, But so we're talking about this girl. Keep in mind, he's grieving. He just lost his mother to terminal illness. Okay,
that's
but also keep in mind that she's also somebody's daughter, right? So she needs our own emotions to be catered to. Even if she's gonna be there, it's difficult. Bottom line is that it's difficult. that's why I want to say, hey, I want to celebrate that couple. We want to try our best. Hopefully that, they have enough support, right, to walk through this moment. But right now, what that looks like on the other side is that he's been a jerk to his wife.
Right. Okay, so.
And her words are not the nicest because she tried to cover it under camera, but it showed because at one point she got to say, "Why are you being an asshole?"
Well, maybe she felt forced to defend herself.
Right.
Especially when people are watching, you don't want to look like a fool. You feel like the pressure that cameras bring, like this reality TV show, it's real. It's real. I really think people don't know what they are doing when they get themselves involved in this. But
so here's how to call in. If you want to call in, as you want to make sure you signify on the comment area and just say, "I want to talk." If you're on Facebook or YouTube, you see in the chat area, if we're live right now, there should be a link that you can call in through, and then we'll take you from there. Okay. But yes, in the meanwhile, you have some more. Let's keep talking.
Yeah, I didn't finish.
All right.
Okay, so let's go back to Toya. She said, they asked Tommi, counselor asked Tommi, how disruptive are your words? He said, hey. And then Toya said,
he said hate.
Yes.
Okay, because it's the one that's been accused of having destructive
the way
words.
He talks about, yeah,
right. The way
nice.
He said, because he admitted he's too blunt and he's rude. Okay. Right.
And then when they asked Toya, she was like a 15. That's extreme. Like I'm not having it.
Right.
And then
that means she doesn't. That's on a scale of 1 to 10, by the way. She said 15.
She went 15. So
okay.
you know it's bad when she said that. And they asked Toya about quality time. Toya feels like their quality time is. How bad is the quality time?
She said 4, right?
She said 4. He was like 100.
Well, he accused her of
not spending time,
making time enough for quality time.
Yes.
And Toya feels that that's only affecting their marriage on a scale of 1 to 10. 4. Right. That means not so much.
That is not. It's not
our opinion.
That's our opinion.
All right.
So
and him, he said what?
He said 100.
Okay. So let's sit on that for a second there, right? So he said 100 because when it came to the accusation against her, he thought it was nice, and she said 15, and now he went straight to 100. So he's also playing a lot of tit for tat games with her. So when they're about to have this conversation, you know how people say communication is our problem. Right. We don't communicate enough. Everyone kind of knows that, right? Everyone. Like if you ask anybody, their moms, their pops, a little child, they say, "Oh, you can just communicate better," But that made me start to look communication sideways. Like, okay, maybe communication is not enough. Maybe that's not the real issue, because everyone kind of know that. So something else must be missing, right? So they're communicating. While they're communicating, he has a tendency to play the tit for tat game. What is tit for tat game?
If I come complaining to you about something,
right. As a YouTube,
and then YouTube is not your
YouTube,
moment. Like,
right?
Seriously, just listen.
Right. So, but people do that. We all do that.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's a very toxic thing to do in a relationship. Period.
It doesn't
not
help.
Even just marriage. It's a very toxic. Like if you don't know how to just listen, if you don't have the ability of just listening, right? And all you want to do is you want to say, "You too, you did this." Then we got a problem there. Let me try to bring Mr. RNG on.
Yes, I've missed Mr. RNG.
Let's see if we can connect him real quick. All right, so we're talking to bros. How far now?
Hey,
wait, let me make sure I can hear you. Can you hear me? How far now? How you doing?
I don't resume work. I'm fully back to work.
Thank you. Thank you for everything, though.
Hey,
serviceman. Okay. So how things now? Try to stay safe.
What can we do? Oh no, definitely. Where my ward is presently 100% clear.
Okay.
And we are actually staying safe using PPEs and everything. But unless my family or better than the kind of people's contact, so
How's the family?
We thank God. We're here. We're discussing Letoya Luckett, one of the Destiny Child. She got, you know who we're talking about? She was one of the girls that got kicked out of the group long time ago.
Yeah, the thing in life is, you see, the only thing I just know in life is we all go through our hard time and we need support at every point in time. See, do you actually know that day before yesterday, I went for a run with my missus, and today too went for a run like nearly, I did 200 meters by 5 times. After that, this is me that did a night shift. My wife just said to me, say, I don't spend time. I just said to her, I said, man, come on.
She said you don't spend quality time, eh?
Quality time, my brother.
Bro, to be honest, right? We were meant to go to Denmark on Sunday, if not for this coronavirus, from Denmark to Sweden. This same person saying there's no quality time. If I'm going to anywhere in the world, we go together. Or Portugal, or Greece, or Disney. We do it together. But I now said, the kids are growing and they are going faster. That's why we have a bit of divided attention. But she needs to understand that, but no matter how you say it, she's still going to say, the way I'm working is too much, the way I'm doing that is too much. But when we go shop now, you flash card. Yeah. They don't go talk, say you do expensive. So, but when it comes to some little things, they make it an issue. But for me now, I think for 12, 13 years now, being married, I don't even bother anymore. I just let it go and sleep and wake up as a brand new person the next day.
That works too.
Me, my mom says the more you argue, the more problem you get yourself into, because you don't actually know when you say it down, they will take upon. Better you just keep quiet and say, okay, you make amends. You make amends. We'll keep making amends in Jesus' name, because even Nigeria that we come from, they are still making amends. So we'll carry on making amends.
Of course. We have to be better people. We have to keep doing it.
So for you, right? So for you, when you do that, you're not necessarily, are you saying you're not necessarily building resentment? Because, you know, you can, if you don't speak your mind, if something bothers you and you don't speak your mind, based on what you just said, it sounds like you're okay. Let me just go and sleep, Tommy, you know. But some people may not be able to handle like that. They will try to copy you, but they will be building resentment.
I've learned something in this world. There's one thing I've learned. It's always good to be easygoing and giving. You see, when you bring out your voice, it's that time that they will say, it's that one you say that they will pick on. It's over so, as our people used to say. It's what you say that they will pick on. For me, I'd rather just stay there, listen, and say, okay, I'm sorry, it won't happen. We are making amends. We are making amends, as she said whatever she said. Now we go home. She still made pando yam for me, and I'm eating pando yam. I'm at work. We don't video call.
Okay.
At least I know that the house is where I'm in work. Everything will roll. As time goes on, things will keep matching. But the problem is just that, bro, we cannot the devil by long. We just have to do the needful and move on. That's just like these people's case you just talk about now. It's all support. We all need support.
Yes, absolutely.
So we support, because I like to be specific, right? The husband lost the mother, right? The wife, you know, she's a superstar, so she has to go out, auditions, acting. She's on 2 different shows, hit shows.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So and then she's having baby in the midst of it. They're pregnant with the second one right now. As they're hearing that other show, they're announcing on Instagram that they're having a new baby boy. All those things, as beautiful as they are additional pressure on human beings. You see what I'm saying? So to be specific, let's be specific. What would you advise the man who just lost the mother, and the way he's handling his emotions is not helping, because he's really being a jerk? The wife is trying to be patient. Yes.
Let me say something to you. You actually know that 99.9% of the celebrities out there don't live their normal life.
They don't live their normal life.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, but that's understandable.
What the media will hit. If they live their life to suit what the media will hear, they live a life to impress people.
So, are you saying they are pretending on reality TV show?
Are they living a fake life?
We get our place.
You're saying they're acting.
A lot of people act. I can put up an act for you, and
What about the part where the mother died of terminal illness? That's not acting.
We all know that. We all know that. But can I just say something to you? Do you actually know that we all have different coping mechanisms and we all have different coping strategies?
Yes.
In science, right? Science is what would happen to me now that will break me down would happen to somebody else, and that person will just take it on chin. We all have different resilience. You understand? And all these things, we all have different ability to say hold on, different ability to say I am not, different ability to say that's enough. All these things are under coping factors of whatever we face scientifically. But at the end of the day, these people we are talking about, the mother died of a terminal illness. Obviously, when you have a terminal illness, as far as from my medical background, you definitely know that person will die one day.
We're talking about the mother. It doesn't matter if you knew what's going to happen. Let's put things in perspective.
That's what I'm saying. Do you actually know that? If somebody has a terminal disease, scientifically and biologically and medically, we can tell you that person's system will shut down in certain way.
But that doesn't make you feel better, does it?
What I'm trying to say now is, let me just finish that area.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to say that in some way, they know that she's gonna die, and they will be prepared. They will be prepared, and they have a bit of awareness, right? If somebody had an accident, that one was not prepared for. A terminal illness, you prepare for it. A woman who is 9 months pregnant, you know she will go to the hospital and deliver.
At some point,
even if you don't do scan, she will deliver. If it's big Tommi, maybe it's a twin, if it's or triplet or whatever, no matter or at this point, a terminal illness, you know that one day the system will shut down. And medically, they can even say they don't want to put that person on oxygen or maybe fever or life, whatever. But in simple sense within there, they know it was going to happen, and they should have started building up how to cope about it. I understand that it's difficult for somebody to lose their loved one, but then it shouldn't lead to an issue where the wife there will be issues and it will be out there. Do you actually know that when things go out to the media, that's where the problem starts?
Okay, so we were going to talk about that, and I want you to hang out with us to talk about that, because some people said, here I'll tell you exactly what some people said. Okay, let me see if I can find that comment. They need to get off this show ASAP. Oh my God, their marriage is going to be ruined due to airing it all out to the world to see. Shake my head. Another person says, it's about that time to turn the cameras off and heal. So are you saying when they're on TV, it makes their matters worse, or does it create the problem? Or did they have problems before?
Let me say something to you. You see, this camera thing, I've done presentation in different hospitals in Northwest. When we are doing this and we are doing it in person, you kind of portray different characters. And after that program, you are in a different people entirely. All these things are show management. It's called show business. I can say, okay, all of us will stay in one room, they record us, we make money, put it out there. But bro, at the end of the day, that's not their real life. They make that show and that's what they're actually facing. So it's now affecting their life totally. They need to come off the camera and face their life.
So I would agree that if they can come off the camera, they will come off the camera. But we said something in the beginning. They also get paid for this, and this is the part of their livelihood,
part of their hustle,
right? So also sometimes some of them use it as an opportunity to heal. Now we've seen so many situations, that makes us feel like, no, you're not going to heal with all that kind of attention.
Yep.
I mean, even including us doing this show, we really try to make this an opportunity for everyone to learn, and even including them if they stumble into it, that they can take something away from it, right? But with that being said, for me personally, I think if you are afraid of TV, you probably should be afraid of in-laws too. There will be all kind of people that have opinion. Everybody has opinion about your relationship, right?
Yeah, but TV can't magnifies it.
But I understand that we're talking millions, multiple times over, magnified attention, right? Look at this comment on the screen. Read that comment from Tony. Hi, Tony. What's going on, bro? It says, yeah, but it's still a trauma. Preparedness is not the same as when it actually happens, though. What do you have to say to that?
I agree.
I don't know Tony's background. Tony, I hail you whenever you have greetings to you and the family. The thing is, there's what is called there's something called pre-depression and post-depression. Right? Pre-depression is when there's signs and we can combat it before it gets to that big stage. And post-depression is when you're actually really out of that depressive state, and all you need is monitoring. If something is well informed, you can guide against it. What bank told us the implication of the money the IMF loan we were taking years ago? The Chinese government told us the interest we're going to take from taking money from them a couple of months ago. But we still went ahead. What I'm saying is, for every antecedent, there must be a consequence.
Now let's relate that. Let's relate that back to the. Sorry to cut you off, or so that we can make sure we stay on topic. Let's relate that back to the marriage. Which one are you excusing? Is it the husband or the wife? They have a real trauma from the fact that the guy lost his mother. Which one are you excusing? Should he excuse his wife and understand, or the wife should excuse him and understand? Which one are you excusing?
Oh, the thing is, they have the source of income doing what they are doing on the camera. But then if they cannot cope, like I said initially, with the coping strategy, let them come off the camera.
I agree. 100%.
They knew that woman was going to die. It was dead. It was predestined.
Okay, granted. Now let me narrow it down. Let's pretend like there was no camera. Real couple going through these issues, right? Because that's the real reason why we're bringing up this topic. Real couple going through. Let's assume it's not even Letoya. There's a real couple going through this issue. Just lost a person, right? And the dude is been a jerk. You said waiting. Okay, no wala. We'll continue the conversation. Okay.
Thank you.
No wala, yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. Thank you, brother. Yeah. So, yeah, let me bring that back to you. Let's pretend, because we can make that an issue that they're on TV, right? We can make that an issue. So we're gonna pretend like that's not even an issue, right? They're not on TV. This is a regular couple. They're going through this. Husband just lost the mother.
Right.
He's grieving, but he's not trying to admit that he's grieving. But you can see the wife sees him crying at night, right? And the wife is trying to help, but he's basically being a jerk. His behaviors are coming off as a jerk to the wife. So that's shaking up the marriage. They're always arguing about that issue and many other issues. What would you say to this guy or to the wife?
Like I said, I feel like, because when someone is going through stuff, I'm not in the best position to advise this man. What I can tell him is go seek counseling. You have to have someone.
That's what John Gray said.
Talk to,
yeah,
and open your heart to. I cannot help him. And obviously his wife cannot help him.
Yeah.
He will have to step up. I'm sorry to use this word, suck it up,
right,
and say, you know what, I gotta do what I gotta do to feel better about the situation. I feel like because they're also Christians, like he's a prayer warrior, right? He prays a lot. He's very into church. So I feel like he's also battling with the fact that even though he knew his mother is going to die, but he was also hopeful that maybe a miracle will happen.
Did they say that?
No, but this is me.
Oh,
thinking
we gotta stick with the facts, baby.
Okay, but what I can say is, it's such a hard thing. No one. I'm sorry, except if you are like a narcissist. Okay, no one's mother is gonna die, and you're just like, oh wow, cool, she's gone. Especially if you have a good relationship with your mom.
Don't forget that she had a good relationship with his mom.
Yes,
and she had not had time to grieve.
And I empathize with Toya because this is a lot. She didn't bargain for that.
Right.
But the best thing she can do for this guy right now and for herself is to exercise some patience. It's hard. But that's the best thing that she can do for him and for her. Except she wants to get out of the marriage, which I won't even say.
Well, some people
you should do. I feel like
some people have that opinion already. That you know that she should move on.
I don't think so. I disagree with that opinion.
That's why I like showing this picture, because that's not that simple.
It's not that easy.
Yeah, that's not that simple.
And let's forget that this guy is.
And if you don't have any experience with marriage and relationship and stuff like that, please hinder yourself, hold yourself back from giving too much opinions about it. All right. So Tony says, hurt people, seek professional help. Awesome.
Yes.
So we were actually going to talk about the part that hurt people, because the way people, for example, let me read off this comment, right? Somebody said he's not ready to be anyone's husband. I mean, I guess that's an opinion. You could be right.
That's
about
a little
that.
harsh.
Is it? Why do you say that?
Yes, because he married her. What do you mean he's not ready to be somebody's husband? These people are forgetting that this guy just lost his mama. He's mourning.
All right, if you say so.
I'm not trying to.
I'm not exactly all the way agreeing with you.
I'm not trying to. I mean, help. If you cannot help the situation,
right?
Like, go to the side. I don't like people that have just have
they're
that
on
one,
YouTube. If you put your life out there, they're gonna comment. Let's just talk about that.
I get it. But if you're just gonna say, "Oh, because now let's just cut it off," no, it doesn't work that way. He's invested in the relationship. She's invested in the relationship. This is their second marriage.
Question.
Guys.
See, I'm the police here. I'll bring everybody back to topic. The question says, the statement says he's not ready to be anyone's husband. Do you think he's ready to be a husband? It could be a husband.
So you just don't judge him on this one moment where he's having the hardest time of his life. Mm-hmm. I don't.
So agree. So I'm getting you now. I just want to make sure we're staying on topic. You're saying because of everything that he's going through
right now,
right? You're not exactly excusing him.
Yes.
But you're understanding, like Tony said, they definitely need professional.
Yes.
And I don't like to dwell on the fact that they're on TV, because this happens to people that are not on TV.
Oh, yes, it does. A lot of marriages break.
So I don't necessarily want to dwell on that. I get it. It can escalate faster for them because they have all this attention and they can relieve this every time they watch it. They're human. You know, and do you think they're acting?
I don't think.
I mean, we know reality TV shows that are acting. We know them when we see them. Even the ones that are like love and hip hop and stuff, they're not exactly acting. They may be showing off a lot more than they would do in normal life because they don't want to look like punks on camera. But the whole idea of acting, and they may have producers instigating things behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
But what we saw is real.
It is real.
Like we said. A real mother was lost. A young lady was lost to, All right. So now here's what I think about. He's not ready to be anyone's husband.
Right.
That's a good possibility. Doesn't mean we're judging. Okay. Most people that are husbands are not ready to be husbands anyway.
Most people that think they're husbands. Thank you for bringing out that
So
point.
it's not this judgment to him in particular. It's just a reminder. Hey, you may need to learn a few things, one thing or two about being an actual husband and how to be a husband or how to be a father, a leader of a family. Most people that get into marriage, they don't learn that before they do that. And the only way to learn that is to be aware first that maybe I wasn't ready. Let me go learn We did it, right? Let me go learn how to instead of winging it. Right. Most people get into marriage and they just wing things along as it comes and they just wing, right? So I don't think it's too much of a harsh statement from lovely Lady T. I don't think so. But let's go on to the next one here. But I agree. No, if that person is moving in the direction of just discarding to the side, no, it's not that simple because the next person that she's gonna get with is probably going to be trouble too.
And they're the same people that are gonna count it for her and be like, "Oh, she's on our third married now."
Yep.
Guys, we gotta learn how to empathize with people sometimes.
Yep. All right. So this one says he's a narcissist and he's gaslighting her.
Oh Lord.
Now she's pregnant and will probably end up divorced in the next 3 to 5 years. He's using his mom's death as another reason to be a narcissist.
Oh my God. That's the reality TV stuff. right there. That's how it really gets.
So now, do you think he's a narcissist?
No.
Do you guys think he's a narcissist?
I
We're
don't
talking
think
about
so.
Letoya.
I'm sorry.
Luckett.
I don't
Destiny
think he's
Child.
a narcissist. I can't say he's a narcissist yet. I still haven't seen enough things to judge him and call him a narcissist. I don't think so. Narcissist is bastardized right now. Everyone uses that word. And it's one thing. You like yourself too much. You're a narcissist. Like, yo, can I have some self-love? Thank you.
So can I just shed some light on the whole narcissist thing?
All right.
We're all narcissists to a certain
an
extent. Okay. We just don't want it to be toxic. If you've ever been selfish and you can't think past your own desires in that moment in time, that's narcissist behavior. Right? So clearly, like I said earlier, like he's been an asshole, like the wife said, he's been a jerk, right now. We're not gonna worry about it but we have to, because that's real, right? Because he just lost his mother, so he may not know how to behave. Most people are not prepared for that kind of experience.
This is my point. He doesn't have two mothers. This is like his mother that he just
So you're disagreeing with Arinji?
I do disagree with that,
yes.
Because there's emotions involved here. What are we talking about here?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't
know
how.
It has no one is ever prepared for that. But there are many people that they give them 10 days to live and it happens like that. They're still not prepared for that. There's no way to be prepared for that. That's too much. Now, as far as him being a narcissist, it's a non-factor unless it's a toxic situation where it's a repeat offender and it's just being evil and stuff like that, and we don't have the issue of him losing his mother or something like that. But people right now in 2020 are very quick to throw the word narcissist around like it's something new. Like, yeah, okay, it's narcissist. That's you pointing that out is not going to solve the problem, or her exiting the marriage that quick is not going to solve the problem, because she's going to meet another narcissist that will pretend in the beginning, right? Not necessarily pretend, but they don't know what they're doing. Everybody get into marriage and relationships not knowing what they're doing. They put on their best forward, right? What do you say? How do you say that? They put on their best image.
When something is fresh.
Because obviously you're trying to impress, right?
The best of you comes out until the honeymoon phase is out, and then the real shit happens, and then you're like, like.
So most people, when the honeymoon phase gets over, they become a narcissist because their real true self and what they want comes out, and they're not necessarily doing that intentionally. They're not doing that intentionally.
That's a good point, because I feel like people think, people just intentionally want to just hurt this person right now. I don't believe that. I think it's a form of weakness.
Yep.
I feel like they unconsciously, yes, they should learn to be better people, but they unconsciously hurt people.
With that being said, if you don't wake up quick enough, right? If you don't wake up quick enough, that you're human, and sometimes sometimes you are a narcissist. If you don't wake up fast enough, you can lose a person you love.
Hell
you can lose your whole family. With that being said, Tony says getting complacent. Yeah, we all do. We all do.
We've all been there.
And that's the reality. And the first step to fixing that is to be aware. If you're still around on social media calling people narcissists every time there's a marriage that's having some crisis, right? If the first thing that comes to mind is narcissist, your own will come.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Okay.
And then we see how well you will see how well you do, because I probably don't know you personally, but you will see how well you handle that at that time. And the first step is to be aware that we're all selfish people. And yes, we should take care of self, but not in that manner. You don't want to do that in a way that's destructive for your relationships, because you're a human being and you need your relationships, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how people are so quick to call him a narcissist, and he's out here complaining that he doesn't get quality time with his wife. Do you understand that he actually mentioned that? That she doesn't make any time for him? He said 100.
Right.
So that's a real issue right there.
Right.
Just in case people
so we have
don't
to be,
understand what narcissist means.
So I guess we have to be nice to him, but I'm gonna gaslight him Somebody said in a
Good for
second,
you.
I have to, because there are real men that are not necessarily going through what he's going through, and they are behaving the same way. And we should talk about that as well. Like you haven't lost a mother or anything like that, but even if you have lost a mother, it's not really an excuse.
You're acting like a Mitch.
Yeah, it's not an excuse. I guess you can get a pass, but you may not. So a lot of people lose a loved ones, and they lose their wife, they lose their family because they can't catch themselves fast enough.
Excuse me, what is this typing on the screen?
What's that? This
right
one?
There?
Which one?
Do you not see that? I just saw a Mitch.
It's transcribing everything we're saying.
Lord, Jesus.
They're catching everything we're saying.
Oh my goodness.
Real life. They have to know what we're talking about. They're listening. All right. So he's gaslighting her. Do you think he's gaslighting her? Again, is he doing it intentionally?
He's not. Hey, I don't want anyone to look. I love Toya, and I think she deserves the best. Okay, and this guy Tommi, he's messing up really bad right now.
Can we acknowledge that?
Yes, okay. He is messing up.
All right,
because honestly, that was my bro. I'll be like, okay, bro, now we gotta suck it up.
Now we gotta lose your family.
Yeah, like this is a real issue. Let's go get some help. But in the same token, please calm down.
Right.
I do not think it's gaslighting her on purpose.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. This is how I feel.
It sounds a lot of the comments sounds like it's on purpose. There's no such thing. People, like my friend Tony said, hurt people. And there's not something conscious that people do. It's not something that it's driven by something very subconscious.
Right.
You know. Now she's pregnant and will probably end up divorced in the next 5 years. That's possible. What do you mean? How?
I know, but oh Jesus.
No, we have to be blatant with these things. You know, here's the mistake that a lot of men make. They really feel that she will be there.
Yes.
That she's strong enough, she can handle it.
Yes.
Which is why they go into that deep depression area.
Yes.
Like, I should be there, you know. No, we should tell people no. She may not be there. It takes one moment for her to decide that I'm over, and that will hurt you. Especially when there are kids involved and your family is involved, because one way you can really hurt a man is to make him a failure, to paint the picture that he's a failure. And
I have to give kudos to Toya. She's really trying. You know, it's not easy. You have a little baby and then...
RNG Baba said, please bring Tony on here. Tony, would you like to come on? Please confirm that. If you'd like to come on, absolutely, we'd love to have you on. If you want to come on, and if you're in a position to do that.
To have a baby that you're nursing at that time, and then you have a mother-in-law that, you have a husband that is not, catering to you. It's not easy. I feel for her. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But how do we help these people get the help that they need?
The help that they need.
Rather than just, like that person said, we are the ones here gaslighting them. How about that? 5 minutes.
Right.
Think about it. You're gaslighting the dude. And what do you think Toya is feeling like? You think she feels good? Watching other people gaslight her husband? No.
Let me take it to the next level. This person said he's using his mom's death as another reason to be a narcissist.
Vicious.
No, so it's not just death that people do this with. People will say, oh, he's using his job to do this, he's using this. And it's every time you do that, because I know people will read that and then they will go react at home to their spouse accordingly, right? And what you're doing is you're pushing them away even more.
Yes, absolutely.
You're pushing yourself away further from the solution by thinking that way. If you first of all know that hurt people act the way they act, and the best thing you can do is listen and try to find out why they're acting the way they act. Because if you don't do that first, you will defend yourself, because everything comes off as an attack.
Yes. Absolutely.
So naturally, you will defend yourself. It's just natural to do that, right? So
it is natural.
Let's see here. All right. So no, I don't agree that he could be using this. He's grieving.
Right.
He's hurting.
Right.
So he shouldn't be hurting his wife. He shouldn't. He really should seek help, because he doesn't know how long he's going to need to do that. He doesn't know the breaking point of Letoya.
Yes.
Right? You just never know, especially that she's pregnant. Right? Pregnancy is life inside her growing. That's going to drive a bunch of hormones.
She wasn't pregnant at that point.
No, she was. She was
pregnant?
Yes, she was suspecting that she was pregnant. Remember?
Oh, wow.
And she was scared of being pregnant because she was saying that they're not in a place where they should have a baby right now. Right.
Okay, that's making sense. Okay.
All right. So
that's a lot for a woman.
So Brittany said, "Move on, Letoya. He's not the one. She's going to explode at some point." All right. So, people should move on. Obviously, she has the right to move on if she wants to.
It's easier said than done.
It's easier said than done. And, that's the fear of the unknown is a real thing. You'll find a lot of women who want to file divorce. They kind of think they want to file divorce, but they will sit down in that house for years because of the fear of the unknown. It's even in terrible abusive situations.
Yes.
Much less somebody who has a family and they're having an argument. Argument can build up and escalate and destroy that family. Absolutely. And they need to be aware of that.
Right.
But no, it's not just about being quick to say move on. They have a whole family. They need to seek help. She needs to continue to try. She needs to continue to seek help herself. I would probably advise her to work on herself. Take that time to work on herself, as opposed to engaging every argument. Just see it as what it is. He needs to grieve. Time is going to be a very important ingredient in their healing, because with time he will ease up a little bit. And then if he goes to a corner and he shuts down, and you go to your own corner, and he is, but then she wants to engage and then say, "You want to argue?" No, she needs to go do something too. She needs to try that. I know it's hard, but she needs to do that. She needs to do that.
She needs
a little bit more.
That moment as well.
But argument is not gonna. It's not gonna help it.
Can we move on? They went to counseling.
Yes.
We didn't finish.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go back to that. Sure.
Okay, so Toya was talking about, the reason why she doesn't have time to like why they don't spend quality time together. She said they have their baby sleeping in their bed. One.
Okay.
They still have a baby, right?
Who's complaining about that?
No, Toya is explaining when Tommi said
she doesn't have
Toya was
quality explaining.
Time.
Right.
So she was explaining why. And that he basically shuts down all the time. In fact, after the counseling finished, the first thing he did was tell her to take him to the airport, of which he never told Toya before.
Right. He never said he was going to travel.
Yes, and he took off to Dallas. As a matter of fact, when he got out of the car, he didn't hug or kiss his wife and say, "You know what, babe, I'll see you later. I'll talk to you soon. Here's a kiss." He just bounced. Right.
So if you don't watch that show, we're not going to explain every step in the show for you. So go watch the show. But yeah, if you are about to travel, we got to come back on Instagram. Ooh, I missed that. I was supposed to.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I was supposed to take a snapshot. 1 hour. All right.
You got 5 fingers. Oh, you were going to take. Okay, my bad.
1 hour.
Anyway, so Toya asked him, "Do you want to work things out, or do you want to argue?" Because even when he left for Dallas, he didn't call his wife the whole time. Now, to me, that's absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah.
Even if you need time.
No, he called, but she didn't pick up.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you did say.
He called.
Okay, he called. But she was in her own feelings, so she didn't pick up.
Right. Exactly.
So, even if you're going to take off.
Right.
It's unacceptable. First of all, you're running away from your problems. Running away from your problems don't mean you're not still going to come back and meet them there, okay?
Yes.
You should be able to tell your wife.
At best, you're building resentments on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You don't like what you had at counseling, and the next thing is you want to travel to Dallas, go spend time with your daughter. You can't. Right. It's unacceptable.
Yep.
I didn't like that he did that at all. It was messed up.
So he also doesn't like the idea of counseling. Was afraid of going to counseling because
they're always bringing up old stuff.
He didn't want to bring up old stuff, and men have that tendency to not want to discuss anything old, especially if they have if they feel like they've apologized and it's over.
Right.
And the only thing I can share with men with regards to that is this, if she's bringing up old stuff, it's because you're making her feel the whole feeling. The whole feeling, whatever she felt when you first offended her, if she feels that again, she will bring up old stuff.
Right.
And if she's bringing up old stuff, right, it's an opportunity for you to address it and to fix something that's going on inside her. You don't necessarily, the worst thing you want to happen is that she's bottling it up with other stuff, because it will still blow up one day.
I gotta speak for women, okay? Because, like I say, women are not crazy, okay?
Right.
If a woman is bringing up old stuff, she's bringing it up because it's basically happening again. It's coming up because there's no change behavior.
Yeah.
No woman in her right mind will see her husband, evolving into a wonderful man, like everything she's always dreamed of is what she's getting from him. She would never complain. She would idolize that man. She would pray for him. She would even go out of her way to do anything for him.
So what should we do? So what should we do every time a woman bring up, from a woman's perspective? Well, if you bring up old stuff right now, and you start ranting about it, instead of me saying, but I apologize about that, you say, what should I do?
I feel like you should have a genuine conversation.
Conversation?
Yeah, towards why she's feeling that way again. Wouldn't you want to know? Would you rather she's bottled up again and then she exploded?
But we discussed this already.
Obviously, you discussed, but you didn't change. You get
what do you mean I didn't change? Why does that have to be on me?
Because there's obviously something that you're doing that she doesn't like.
In fact, this is something that I accuse not even just you.
Yeah.
A lot of people for. Like, for example, RNG is still on this, they are getting paid. I'm not going in their pockets. Okay? This happens in regular people's life.
Right.
Right? So, topic. Like I tell you that all the time, stay on topic. Right. Because we can go into another topic entirely.
Yes, we can.
Right?
Absolutely.
Very quickly, right?
Yes.
So if a woman is trying to talk to me about an issue right now, and you're coming up with something I did 3 years ago, and you claim you've forgiven me.
Babe, there is no way. Like, honestly, I'm not a big fan of old stuff. It's not gonna take you, and it's not gonna, nothing productive comes out of that.
Right.
But
you were guilty of it.
Yes, because why was I guilty of it? Because you still,
was it my fault?
Yes, you were still doing the same things that I complained about. You
was it the same
this is
thing?
The problem with men. You guys just say, Motigbo, I've heard you.
Yes.
But you didn't listen.
How come you're saying I was still doing the same thing?
Yes.
And when we look at the fact of the matter, I'm not doing the same thing.
Dude, you're doing something
that's making you feel the same way.
Yeah, it's making me feel insecure about the same issue we talked about.
Here's why I needed to drive that home.
Right.
Because most men go through this. Right?
They sure do.
They really, based on facts on ground, we're not talking about that issue. We dealt with that. But you keep saying I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, this is not the same thing. What I learned is that eventually you mean to say you feel the same way I made you feel back then.
Yeah, true.
I agree. Sometimes it could be the same thing.
In a different form.
I left my shoes in the same place. I get that.
Oh.
Okay. Stay on. She says this. I said she. Tony said, "Stay on topic."
Tony's a man. It's easy for him to say that. Come on.
Stay on topic.
You men always do that.
Atike said, "Women forgive, but they don't forget." In your do
well, that's not fair.
Right?
It's not fair. It's
no,
not fair.
But these are real stuff.
It is real stuff.
Right? I 100%. Men, if you are listening to me, women will never forget. It's not like forget all that forgive and forget thing. Just leave the forget part alone. Forgive, you have a chance. You have a chance, provided you know how to be. I don't even like to say be a man because that's becoming a broken record.
Yes, sir.
Provided you don't get butt hurt every time she's come close to, she wants to nag or something like that. If you are butthurt or you're sensitive or anything, any of these things, then forgiveness is going to be far from you. If you don't know how to listen to a woman, forgiveness is going to be extremely far from you. Forgiveness is automatic for them if they feel heard.
Yes.
Just like us, if you feel like a hero. I heard that today from that guy. Forgot his name now. He's shopping around his books right now on male versus men, right? Mm-hmm. Man wants to be a hero. You take that away from a man, they will have a hard time forgiving you for anything and anything else. A woman wants to feel heard. If you learn how to do that, feel heard is not you've heard. No, they need to feel heard. You may have heard and she doesn't feel heard. So it's not hit. It's not hitting it. Okay? You may have heard. If she doesn't feel heard, it doesn't count. She will keep bringing up all these other issues and she will change topics 50 million times because she's trying to tell you everything that's been wrong.
Because that's the moment that you're listening. So we try to squeeze in everything because we don't get heard enough. You guys have to understand women. We are not that complicated.
Speaking of feeling heard, let's go back to Letoya Luckett. I was almost saying Jackson, not Letoya Jackson. Oh my God. Letoya Luckett and what's his name?
Tommi Walker.
Tommi Walker, right? So this guy definitely he's terrible at listening to his wife.
He does it for
and I am not going to give him a pass. That is because he lost his mother. R.I.P. to his mother, right? I'm not going to give him a pass. When crisis happen, your real behavior is what shows up.
That's true, Sha.
It may get magnified a little bit.
Yeah, it's true.
Or a lot more than normal, but you don't become somebody else because no, you're still you. But our real selves, our real character are tested in crisis. Now when everything is good, it's in the middle of war that you will be tested.
Right.
I see people that give comments like, oh, just leave, or people that say arguments is okay because you're married, because you haven't experienced crisis. When you're in the middle of, if you've seen crisis, you will know that the worst thing you can do is be all up in your emotions.
You avoid that argument. So.
Yes, because arguments is essentially, what is it? It's an emotionally charged conversation that's extremely toxic, that gets nobody nowhere. No one is going to gain anything from it. So let's say you won the argument. You still lost because you made shit. You still feel like shit because you made your significant other feel like shit.
Now she's mad.
And you can feel that energy.
And now you're not going to get none for a week or more.
Man, is that one food? That's not food now.
It's not food. Okay.
Right.
I'm just saying. Keeping it real.
You see what I'm saying? So what would you do if you got hit with crisis? If your wife or your husband suddenly said they're leaving, which is extremely possible. No, it's extremely possible. You never know what is going on in the mind of another human being. The best you can do is continue to give.
Right.
Because it's just another human being. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I said, does that make sense? I thought I was talking to my students. Right? How you guys doing over there? Instagram, Facebook. What's up, Facebook? YouTube. Instagram is winning today because they're, I see my people. All right. So are women forgive? Yep. Let's see here. All right. So let's go into this. She has to address woman stuff over there.
Yes, sir.
Let's go here. So this person says, I'm not sure about this marriage. Again, we're talking about Letoya Jackson from Destiny Child. She's on Greenleaf right now, which is another fantastic show.
That's a great show.
When you see everything that's going on in Greenleaf, how many people watch Greenleaf here? You need to watch Greenleaf.
Greenleaf is a good show.
When you see everything happening on Greenleaf, you're like, dysfunctional family. That will never happen to me. Wait. It's either you're too young or you're not married yet, or if it doesn't happen to you personally, to happen to somebody next door to you. Like real shit happens in real life, and people are dealing with this real emotions, real crisis, and many times they have to go to work and put on a smiling face.
Did you hear Tony?
What did you say? Let's see here. Women have spaghetti brain and men have waffle brain.
Oh Lord,
Jesus, which one is worse? Oh my God,
bruh. Oh my God.
I'm not sure which one is worse.
I can't.
Like, yeah, things that happen in Greenleaf, you feel like that will never happen to me. You know, that's because you don't have any experience in life. I guarantee you, things happen. And if you look at how much things are happening out there, you will start finding it hard to think is somebody just out to hurt you.
Yes.
Okay? You will find it a lot more difficult to just point fingers. You just be like, oh, man, just pray. Then you start recommending prayer for people. You start recommending patience for people. You know, our parents are very quick to recommend patience and prayer. PMP. That's because they've seen life. And sometimes it's not how much you talk or how much you can talk. It's not, your argument is not going to get you anywhere. It's going to make things worse. It's going to push them further and further and further and further away. Or maybe you hate that person. It's going to push the love that you desire and you deserve further and further and wherever that love is, it's going to push it further and further away. This person says, yeah, you got an answer? All right.
Keep going.
Person says, I'm not sure about this marriage. She needs to stop woman-splaining his actions. So women do that a lot. You mentioned that earlier, where they want to just, you know, protect their significant other.
Yes.
Oh, it's not his fault. You know, he's going through this. He just lost his mother. Women do that. Sadly, women do. What's going on? Everything good?
Everything good.
All right. Sadly, see, we have to pay attention to multiple things, and she's doing that. You know.
Sorry.
Men don't necessarily do enough of protecting their woman. Like we were listening to a story, you know, this guy walking around town, literally destroying the reputation of his wife. You know, when a man does that, that's not a man, obviously.
No, that's a man.
Right? But there's a lot of them. We're talking 50, 60-year-old men, right? That that's actually terrible. Walk around town and destroy the reputation of their baby mother. You know, when I thought I lost my marriage.
And their wives.
Huh? Yeah.
Some their wives.
At one point, I thought I lost my marriage. One thing I was determined not to ever do is to walk around town talking about you negatively. You know, it hurts, especially it hurts a man. I don't know about a woman. But
it's a woman too.
Obviously it does, right? Well, it's not that obvious to us, but you get my point. It hurts. So when and you know what Tony said earlier, hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
So you have a tendency to hurt the people closest to you.
Yes.
When you're hurting, especially if they're the one instigating more of the hurt. Do you need to answer to that real quick?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. So especially if the one that's that person is the one that's seemingly directly hurting you, it gets very, very difficult to comprehend that and say this person is hurting me, so I'm not going to hurt them back. It gets extremely difficult to not feel like you need to do the same thing, even if it's just in the least capacity, maybe just a little bit. You know, let me make her feel what I'm feeling. Let me make her feel the pain that I'm feeling as well, right? Let me see here. Let's see. All right, so let's go through this. So woman-splaining, I guess woman-splaining is women who tend to explain a man's action. You know, why? Because they also want, like women, a lot of women will think infidelity. You can see here, I need my support system, right? A lot of women will think that infidelity is what hurt them the most. Especially men will feel like, you know, she just doesn't want to be cheated on. Most women don't even care, honestly. Of course they do. But what they care the most about is the embarrassment. The embarrassment they feel when somebody else knows that their man cheated on them or is engaged in, it doesn't have to be cheating. It could just be the way you talk to her, right? If she feels embarrassed, she's going to multiply that for you. She's going to hurt you back. And it's going to hurt a lot more because remember, she multiplies. Okay, that's the nature of a woman. She multiplies, give her seed, she multiply everything. Okay, and it may not be in the form of words. Okay, and that's the one that's worse. If she doesn't use her word, right, to hurt you back, what she's going to use is going to hurt a lot more. Okay, so she needs to stop woman-splaining his action. His behavior is concerning and has the potential to escalate. And it's true. And that's the point that I actually want to drive home the most here. Baba TK, you won't come on? If you want to come on, let me know, I beg. I'll go pull you on. I know you have opinions on this stuff, right? Aye yole, aye long, mayele, yes, so facts, right? She doesn't know it yet. Well, nobody knows it until they get to that breaking point. What's that breaking point? That breaking point is that one of the parties will say, I got to keep it moving. I don't know if I can keep handling this, right? Yes, everyone said I do. And that's supposed to mean I do always? No, right? It's just I do today. That's just what that is. If you push human beings, it's a survival instinct thing. If you push human beings to a breaking point, they will break because emotions are that fragile. Doesn't matter if you're dealing with a man, doesn't matter if you're dealing with a woman. Okay, so keep in mind, a man needs to feel like a typical man, not all men, but a typical man needs to feel like he's the hero of his household. It's a thing of pride that he maintains his family. A woman needs to feel heard. If she stops feeling heard, then she starts slowly leaving you. And it can take her 10 years to finally leave you completely. It can take her 10 years. It can take her 2 weeks. Okay? And by the way, Letoya actually, she left a different marriage not too long ago. And she left after two months. They dated for like a year or something like that. They got married. The guy that she was married to was actually a motivational speaker, a relationship coach. She left after 2 months. Okay? After 2 months. This is happening every day out there to people in regular life. Okay? Let me see. Easygoing, do you want to come on? Let me know if you want to come on. I'm not sure if that was meant to be. Okay. Let's see here. Hello.
Hi, bro.
Easygoing, how far?
Fine, bro. How are you?
Good. You know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I just saw the thing now.
Good. What's your submission, brother?
Actually, when the woman have the spaghetti brain, and the world nowadays, some women believe like they have the right to do whatever they want, or for them to have the ability without the husband permission. And
you said without the husband permission?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of women like that. Anyway, I don't have much experience. I just get married.
Oh, you just got married?
January.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah. All right, thank you, bro. So I don't really have the.
You know what they say? Are you a Yoruba man?
Yes, bro. Yeah.
You know what they say about Ile Yawo? Ile Ekoni. You ever heard that before?
Yeah, of course. No,
not in 2020. Ile Yawo ni o.
Honestly. So I don't really have the much experience about that. That is why. Anytime I always wanted to hear from you when you are doing it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. So basically what we're talking about, this girl, right? And she's not the one with spaghetti brain. That's Tony's opinion. We didn't put that there. He put it there. I just pinned it, right? But this girl her name is Letoya. She's a superstar, married to another guy who is an entrepreneur. The guy just lost the mother, so he's acting out. He's acting like a jerk, and she's trying to figure out how to help. But basically, their marriage is suffering from that. They're always arguing. What advice would you give to the husband? What advice would you give to the wife?
Hello.
Hello, hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good to see you.
Oh, same here.
Actually, for the advice I can give them, but then I think for them to be patient. That is the only advice.
No, there's no demo. There's no human being called them. Advise the husband. The husband just lost wife. He's the one acting like a jerk.
No, not lost wife.
Lost her mother.
Lost the mother?
Yeah. So it's not like he's not patient. He's actually patient, right? I don't know if he's just frozen, but he's actually over patient because what he does is he doesn't like arguments and he shuts down. He doesn't want to have the heated conversation.
But he's also frustrated at the same time. So I wouldn't use the word patient with him.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So it's actually patience is default for him. He already has that because he doesn't want to, you know. Right. So that's you know, people are they should, you can't use they. We know what they should do. They should love each other. We know that. And they know that. But that's not working.
Okay, so can we get into him addressing her as per he said something about her being an actress in their marriage? He said something to the effect of her acting anytime they are having conversations.
Yeah, we went through that. You weren't an actress. But a lot of time I felt like, okay, where is this act coming from?
Oh, well,
who taught you how to behave this way?
You know what? You know what? There were times I actually felt like you were being a therapist in our own relationship. And I'm like, dude, you're the one involved.
I'm a teacher.
You don't get to be a therapist.
My mom is a teacher. My father is a teacher.
Oh, yeah, I know that. But babe,
so
in your own relationship,
as you can imagine,
you don't get to be a therapist. You are involved in this mess. Okay.
Let me bring Veronica on real quick. I don't get to be a therapist. I had to learn that the hard way.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I know.
That I can't be a therapist in my own marriage.
My husband is
how far now?
Hey. We're good.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Ola, this man is really taking care of you.
Hey.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not arguing, though.
You see? I want some more.
I teach men to avoid arguments.
What are you trying to say? That's shady.
No, she is. How come me ballet? Yep.
Yeah.
So do you know who Letoya is?
Yeah, I've been with you all the while.
Okay.
And aside from the fact that they've agreed to put their lives on your own world, life your own world, which is something very, very big, aside from the fact that they are making money.
Right.
It's not a lot of money.
See if you can come closer to the phone. It's a little muffy.
Yeah,
that's better. That's better.
It's not easy at all. It's difficult for them to do that. But if I just want to have a synopsis of what, if I just want to give them an advice.
Give him advice and give her.
Yeah.
Separately.
Both of them. For Letoya. Lola, did I?
Nah, Lola said Letoya. I thought it was Toya.
Letoya, potato.
Letoya.
And again, no matter show.
Okay, so we are good. So for her, she's tending towards a perfect life. She wants everything done, prim, and that's not the way life is. It's not as if she doesn't care. She cares. She loves him and all that, but she wants. I mean, let's move ahead. Let's move on.
Yes.
But that's not the way life is. You have to be patient for him and let him wear out his grief. But she's not ready to do that. She believes I've done a lot for you so that you can forget whatever you are going through.
Right.
But life is not like that. So that's where she's getting it from. So all she needs to do is just to thin out our own patience. Let our patience thin out in such a way that if it's going to take him a year, no problem. Let's just continue. I mean, okay, no problem.
Be there for him.
If she can do that, he'll snap out of it because I mean he cannot grieve forever.
Yeah.
Let me give you somewhat of
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you come,
Go ahead. Yeah.
there's something I want to give you. Lola would agree with me on this. The fact that women, when she knew the mother.
Mm-hmm.
She knew his mother.
Yes.
And she knew certain things that the mother does to him, or does for him, or does with him. So what she does need to do, aside from having that patience, is trying to fill
that gap.
Created by the loss.
Yeah, the vacuum.
She can never do it well or perfectly, but she can try. So in trying to do that time after time, day after day, over some period of time, you just snap out of it. But for him, women, I have to come out and say women are babies. I mean,
are you agreeing that women have spaghetti brain?
I respect you for owning that, sir. I respect you for owning that.
When some wives call their husband baby,
yes, so
and I laugh like, well, the baby in you. I want to remember when my mom died, when I lost my mom, and without actually arguing it out, I've always been a mommy's boy. In fact, when I was getting married, I said something to my wife then. I said, look, let's just pray that my mom likes you. If for any reason we go to her and she says,
Jesus is Lord.
That I'm sorry, I don't know how I would navigate that channel. But glory be to God, my mom saw her and everything went on fine. It was a lovely story afterwards. And I've always, like I said, when I lost my mom, I was shattered because unfortunately she wasn't ill or anything. She just slept and didn't wake up.
Oh wow!
So you can imagine the shock. It was really, really. So over time, so many things that happened to me afterwards that I felt I didn't be my mom was alive. This kind of thing never happened. I didn't. So you can imagine, as old as I am now, there are still some things that happen. Like unfortunately, as at that time, my dad was treating he had cardiac arrest and he was on medication, seriously ill. That we were even looking like, oh, this old man can go at any time. Unfortunately, the woman who was taking care of him was the one that left.
Wow.
So the grief was so much. And anytime my dad today, and I look at him and we have to settle one thing or the other. I just look at it, well, it's not your fault. Maybe is the person that left her load and that's why you are. So you can imagine, that means I'm still grieving, even up till now.
The loss of mom.
Or you see, my wife was able to manage me because she thinks my grief out. She just left me, tried to fill the vacuum she could, but the one she couldn't, she just left it. And little by little, things started getting back to normal because you cannot grieve forever. That's just the simple truth about it.
That's true.
Right. So are you saying, quick question for you, if you had known that, let's say it was a terminal illness and you knew she was about to die 2 weeks later, would it feel better? Do you think it would have felt better?
You mean my mom?
Yeah, the loss of your mom.
Yes, it could be because the innate person in you. Like I said, you know, we were thinking my dad was going to go. I mean, he was treating. He had cardiac arrest. He had hypertension. He had. I was treating diabetes at some time. Everything just came into form all of a sudden. So we were like prepared that well, if it goes, so be it. So it's the same thing. And even she was ill, she was the one ill. The mindset was already there that anything could happen at any time.
Right.
Okay.
So your grieving threshold will not be that high. Because you're already grieving, because you know that she's going
at some point.
That just
right.
So that would have just been the way it is.
So I have one last question for you with regards to Letoya and Tommi. So let's say, for example, because one of the things she's complaining a lot about is that he's very short on temper. So she travels a lot. Like I said, she's a superstar. So she has to go in and out for work and stuff. So, but she's complaining that this dude is short. The dude admitted that he's rude. Did he admit? I'm not sure.
He didn't say he's rude.
But he's rude, he's blunt with his words. Yes. So he admitted that he's short. Granted, because of everything he's going through, right? Would that change your opinion a little bit on how he should show up as a man? Yes, he's grieving. He lost his mother last year, something like that, you know. But he's having a hard time dealing with it, right? Or you're still holding to the same position. She needs to be a lot more patient. Because he mentioned, you were saying something just now. He mentioned that, you start acting. So he threw in a little bit of shady kind of, word that, maybe she brings her profession into the marriage. She brings her profession into the marriage. She's always acting. And, like he's almost sound like he's, like somebody actually accused him of being jealous of the wife. People will start saying things like that.
Or insecure of her career.
Or insecure of the fact that she's bigger and she's the main breadwinner of the house, right? Do you think, is this the same opinion you have?
Hold up. Is she the main breadwinner of the house?
She is.
You know this for a fact?
She is now. It's on TV with her.
All right. I didn't say that. He said it.
No, she's doing better. I think she's doing better.
Right.
Than him.
Yes. Well.
Now.
Yes.
It doesn't mean he's paying all the bills.
Let's just say yes.
Careful with that.
Okay. What I would say is that he's messing up.
He is messing up. We did say that.
He's messing up.
He's messing up.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to snap back and forget the fact that he can't forget the fact that he has lost his mother. He can't forget the pain.
Yeah.
The pain is there, everything is there. But he needs to look at everything from another different perspective, like, okay, you are now acting, you want to get into my mother's shoes, you want to treat me like you are my mother or something like that. Whatever it costs her. Whatever it will cost her. That's why when she gave him that pendant that you mentioned earlier,
right,
with his mom's picture in it, forever in your heart or something,
right.
It's such a lovely gift.
Mm-hmm.
He needed not to put down all over. He was attaching too much emotion to the fact that it's like, I've lost my mother. Everything must crash.
Yes, you're right.
Must come to an end. I've lost my mother. I'm grieving. Everybody must grieve. We must grieve terribly. And that's not the way life is. So that's why I said he's messing up.
He's messing up.
The people, the most important person that's given him the shoulder to lean on
is abusing that person.
Is the person is pushing away. So for anything, Tommi needs to get it right back.
Yes, sir.
And allow Letoya to come in and help him grieve and wear that grief out.
Yeah.
If he does that, their life is going to be much better.
Yeah.
And apart from the fact that she's doing well, she knows that. She knows what he wants. She knows he wants them to sit down. He wants her to sit down with him and start grieving and start behaving, oh, my mother. No, she knows that's what he wants. But she has to move ahead. And she's thinking like that mother that he had lost.
Right.
Because that's why he's been able to focus on her job.
Right. While
coming home to come and treat the baby, to come and carry the baby. Baby, no problem. Don't worry, I'm with you. Yeah. So that's so our advice is snap out of it. Yeah. Accept whatever she's giving you in terms of help, in terms of shoulder to lean on.
Right.
And move forward in life. And your life is going to be better.
Right. So now we know that that's easier said than done, obviously. So you are agreeing with the person that says he needs to seek certified counseling?
Yes. That's paramount.
Well. It's not something too hard to deal with.
Yeah.
But it's being too emotional.
This person said, "Be careful, girl. You wake up thinking you are worthless and won't know why." Do you understand what that person is talking about?
No.
like that's extreme. Me too. I'm like, okay.
But that happens. People will wake up. She's trying to, based on everything you're saying just now, she's trying to help him, but he's so lost, right? You don't think it's possible that she can wake up and say, I feel like I lost myself. That happens a lot.
So what is she not going to do about it? Walk away from it?
Leave. Yeah, people do that all the time. It's not necessarily right or wrong.
That's my ground with most failed marriages. People walk out from their marriages trying to how do I put it? Trying to what I can put an adjective to and call angelize. Trying to make an angel partner. Their partners are human.
Yes, fact.
They are human.
Yeah.
So when I counsel and I ask a very good question. Look, okay, your husband have done this, your wife have done this, or they've done this and this and this to you. And you think you are hot. Yes, no problem. I empathize with you. I sympathize with you. I understand your feeling. I know what you're going through.
Right.
But when you leave this person, the next person you are going to meet, is that person going to be an angel? That person is a certified angel? Is that person's life, in terms of circumstances that you guys are going to meet ahead? Have you seen the video clip of your life with that person to say, oh, this person is an angel and will treat me far, far better than this person I want to live? So I said, look, sit back and man. The only time I don't argue with spouses leaving each other is when
violence.
Yes.
Violence, physical exploitation,
right.
Emotional exploitation,
right? Abuse.
Yes, me too. I agree.
Even physical abuse, emotional abuse, somebody you abuse emotionally, psychologically, can commit suicide.
Yes.
Or kill you.
They can even kill you. Yeah, facts. It's true.
So many cases we have nowadays of women kill their husbands.
Yes.
So many.
Yes.
So, but because of the abuse, so when that comes, I tell, look, if you want to leave, JJ, please, you can leave.
Yes.
And they look at me like, why is this? But
yeah, why are you so quick to?
Do you want to die? If you don't want to die, nobody's going to look. Everybody begging you to stay. No, this, that. They don't do that in our family. By the time you die, they will bury, and the man will go in the next 3 months after.
It's a wrap.
Not even up to 3 months.
He will move forward. You know, like I said, she was married to a person for 2 months. not too long before this marriage, and that marriage was over 2 months. So
Meaning that she's had loads of experiences.
you mean her?
Yes.
No, she was married for 2 months.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even
if she's had load of experiences, right.
Even if it's for what she's been married, she's been there.
Right.
She's been there.
Whatever she left, whatever reason she left what she left, she wouldn't want it to come up in a new marriage.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say that even if she's going through stuff right now, she will find it hard she doesn't want to be a failure again?
Yes, that's real.
Who wants to be a failure, Ola?
No one.
Nobody.
No one.
See, do you know all these celebrities that have two, three marriages? They in their heart of hearts, they really want their marriages to survive.
Yes.
Yes.
Successful. But the challenge is, look, it's different when we want something and when you work for something.
Right.
They want the good, they want the successful marriage, but they in most cases they're not ready to work for it.
That's the problem.
That's true.
They're not ready to sacrifice.
Right.
And marriage is all sacrifice. You just need to sacrifice. It's only when you do that you get the benefit of marriage.
Right.
Sacrifice comes with time.
Yes.
It's not a day-old thing.
No, it's not.
Time over. Challenges are going to come in different forms.
Right.
Marriage challenges are going to come. We in Africa, we have family issues left, right, and center that doesn't even concern you.
Right.
And are going to come and poke their nose into your marriage.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's everywhere.
And you need, no. You see, people in the diaspora, when such thing happens, it's easier because you are not on ground. They can't come knocking on. Somebody will not and say, okay, I want to go to Lola and Ola this evening, and just buy a ticket and come over.
Possible.
Yeah. If you are in Houston and the person is in New York, it's still even plan a little.
Yes.
But next door, okay, the same. Okay, we are in Washington together. Straight. Why are you guys like this? I need this. I need this. So when all those factors are not in play or at play, rather,
right,
you find marriages winning out or thinning out challenges. So that's just.
We have a different monster over here. You'd be surprised. Oh my gosh. It comes in different form. What people deal with abroad is totally different from what you are talking about. You would think it would be better over here. It's actually worse for some people.
So you're saying she needs to be patient, definitely, and he needs to snap out of it as soon as he can. Go and take care of him. Thank you so much, sir.
Because they're just trying to enjoy himself. I'm with you.
All right. So you're saying that she needs to be patient. He needs to snap out of it because
at some point,
because he can lose his life, everything he cares about in that process, right?
He can lose his marriage.
He can lose his marriage. That's the reality.
She's already working towards making that marriage a success. She's already looking at. She's seeing so many things that he's not seeing.
Grace said that, and she won't say it or won't be able to say it.
And she won't be able to say it. And she's just working, and like, let me just have that patience to see if he'll just snap out of it.
Right.
And that's the thing that is holding her in that marriage. And forget the fact that he's already even getting envious of the fact that she's doing well.
Yeah.
And she's always been doing well. Even before his mother died.
Wow.
And he never complained about it.
You never did.
Yeah.
He never did. So, but now, because of what he's going through, and because he has refused to allow himself to be helped, that's why he's facing the challenges. And because they're couple, he's facing the challenge too. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much, sir.
I'm so happy to be here. I tried. You guys didn't come live on Instagram last week.
No, we were trying to, and I apologized earlier for our Instagram family. We're going to be here now, but we're everywhere. Anyone, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. We're everywhere. So we just wanted to make sure.
I think I've been commenting on Facebook, if you notice.
Oh, you did?
On YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay.
Awesome.
So it's great. You guys keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
All right, sir.
Yeah. My regards to Arinji Baba.
Your buddy. Yes.
All right. So let's get back to. So this person says it's really hard to watch her being so quiet, sweet, and understanding. Is Letoya sweet and understanding?
She is.
I think she is. But it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's not right and wrong. Like none of those things have anything to do with each other. He's a nice guy too. Many people outside, like if we look at even the frame of the show, it's nice to everyone else.
Right.
But as always, you're going to be the harshest to the person that's closest to you.
Yes.
He's a nice guy too, sweet and understanding. While I'm doing the two, but I'm allowed to do the YouTube. He's a nice guy too. I'm allowed to do that. But when they're having conversations,
they're not allowed.
Somebody should be listening.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody should be listening, and I prefer that is the man listening the most. While he's being rude and abrasive, she is such a sweet person. These people, you're not married to her. She's such a sweet person. Well, most of the fans are fans.
Yeah.
Right?
See, I understand where they're coming from, but I also want them to understand that you giving Letoya this advice is not necessarily helping her. She's hurting as well.
Which advice?
Telling her to get out of her marriage.
That's not going to help her. That's not going to help her.
That's not what she wants. She wants solution.
She definitely doesn't want a failed marriage.
No, she doesn't. Yeah. She doesn't. She's not screaming to get out of her marriage. She wants to fix it. She wants her husband. She wants that husband that she married. That's what she wants. So she's looking for solution, not necessarily, come and side with me and bash my husband.
Yeah.
But people don't know how to.
So it's a sweet person to be treated this way. Dismissing a person's feeling is a part of abuse. Do you think dismissing a person's feeling is part of abuse? Well, you don't call something abuse unless it's done over and over
again.
Over again.
If he does it over and over and over again, I guess
that's an abuse.
It's an abuse. Yeah. It's not you're abusing that person.
That privilege of that person being in your life. Yeah. Yeah.
What if it's just in that moment, he's in his feelings, he just don't want to be bothered?
Right.
I think you can't call it an abuse. So I really don't know. It depends.
Yeah.
This is behavior all the time without the cameras. Well,
now,
I know that for a fact.
Yeah. Dismissing a person's feeling is a part of abuse, and I feel a tactic used to hurt. That's a tactic used to hurt people internally. We already said it. This person is a fan. We get it. Right? So heading for divorce. You have more over there?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let me read this. Heading for divorce. He is argumentative. Well, we kind of know that.
Yeah.
He never takes the high road. He doesn't. Not in this context.
Not
Not
lately.
not in this conversation. You
Doesn't
know,
take the high road.
he's ready to go.
Yeah, it goes back and forth with her.
Yep. He gives off a man that wants a woman to be submissive. Is there something wrong with that? I know some people are going to come for me right now. Well, I don't think he wasn't giving that. He was more or less showing to me that his behavior showed more that they're actually more best friends. But best friends do file for divorce. They will get to a point that things will continue to deteriorate until they destroyed, until they resent each other. People that care about each other are people that hate each other. You know, emotions passion. Are emotions.
Yeah.
You know? It's just basically polar opposite. That's all. But it's still emotions. You know. So I'm not gonna say it's healthy to hate your significant other. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you have to allow somebody into a certain place, part of you, for you to be hating them, for you to care so much that you have to hate them, right? The one we don't want is indifference. When somebody is indifferent,
it's done.
They don't care. They're
it's
done,
over.
You know. And you can push people there. If she hates you, that means she's still emotionally charged. That means there's an opportunity somewhere if you just get yourself together. You know. He leaves the room when things don't go his way.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
For a man, I don't like that. You can't be.
No one should be doing it, but if both people are doing it, the man needs to stop. The man needs to lead.
That's a serious weakness. You can't do that.
No one should be doing that, you know, but it happens.
Please, what's going on there?
I was sharing something. That's all.
Three pillar system?
No, baby. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right.
I understand.
Thank you.
I don't want to mess you up.
Don't worry about it. All right.
All right.
I liked him, but starting not to. He wants to have a bunch of kids.
I don't think he wants to have a bunch of kids. I think he wants 2 or 3.
This person is exaggerating, but oh well. Will be a divorced woman with a bunch of kids, or she will be a divorced woman with a bunch of kids while he moves on. At least she tries. He don't see it not kissing her when traveling. Okay, like so.
That was wrong.
She dropped him off at the airport.
The impromptu
no kisses,
trip.
Nothing. The impromptu trip. They were both. Well, she was trying to. What's the English of would you really? But anyway, she was trying to be nice to him.
She was trying to woo him.
Woo him.
Yes.
But the dude was just pissed off. Just walked up into the airport and just left. Now he claimed that he called after, but it was too late because you don't want to do that. You know, you're about to fly out. People lose their life every time. People are about to fly their kids only to just go and practice at the basketball game. Lost the life of the kids. Lost the man is gone for life. Kobe Bryant. It's not nice. You know, I never really liked that. Like the idea that people get so upset. Listen, life is too short.
It is short.
You know, life is too short to be reducing the quality of your life with anger. You know, at least she tries. You don't see kissing kid move. It's a kid move basically. So it's a childish move.
It is.
I don't like his characteristics. Not going to go away. So this person is saying that behavior will probably not stop. But anyone can change.
Yes.
It's just a matter of
I believe in
seeking help.
Yes.
It's a matter of learning something new, you know. You have something? Why did you shut it down?
Oh, well, my phone will go off at some point.
Open it. I was reading while you're opening.
He was talking the whole time.
All right, so somebody says, no, do it now. Do it now.
What do you want me to do?
Because it's going to shut off again. You see how we go back and forth? You see our life?
What be specifically? What do you want me to do?
Don't drop it until the phone goes off again.
Hey, I should just hold it in my hand like this.
Yep. Basically. All right, come on. What else do we have over there?
Anyway, so Tommi, like I said, took a dig at Toya with her acting career. Anytime Toya is talking to him, she's in an actress mode. So
what do you take out of that?
I don't like that.
Can you explain what does that mean exactly? Yeah.
Like, for example, now let's assume that you're a therapist. Your job is a therapist. Now we're having a conversation, and just because you work as a therapist, I use that to throw shots at you all the time. I don't think you're a therapist in this relationship.
Right.
You don't use those words with me. Those are
Right.
therapist words, you know,
Right.
being real with me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what he's doing.
Like I'm not your patient.
Yeah, like I'm not your patient. Don't diagnose me.
Right.
That kind of situation.
Yeah.
So that was what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes him look like he's insecure about our career.
Right. Makes him look like he's insecure. And that's what matters. When you look like you're insecure,
Mm-hmm.
it matters more than if you're actually insecure or not. Right? So a lot of people, not just men and women, they get into this habit of arguing back and forth. Like, oh no, I'm not insecure. No, you're insecure. Like, listen, if she or he feels that you're insecure, that becomes a real thing that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that can affect the dynamics of your marriage.
Yes.
What matters is the feeling. I was listening to Will Smith today say he discovered feelings.
Right.
When you get to that point that you discovered feelings,
Mm-hmm.
he defined it. That's when you become a man.
Wow.
Because before that, we're just looking at facts. The fact of the matter is I'm not. The fact of the matter is I didn't. Does she feel that she's not being heard?
Right.
That's what matters. Oh, but she's being heard. I listen to her all the time. Dude, you're not listening. Feelings. Does she feel heard? Does he feel like the hero in the household? If he doesn't, it's going to be trouble.
But if he's not feeling like the hero in the household,
Mm-hmm.
with all due respect, that's his fault at this point.
What?
Because he's not stepping up as a man. You know, he's not taking the initiative.
He feels like he's stepping up like a man.
No, he's not.
Let's do that tit for tat for a second here.
He's not
He
stepping
feels
up.
like he's stepping up.
He's not
now is your
stepping up as a
opinion
man.
that he's not stepping up.
He is weak. Okay. And
That's your
I
opinion.
understand it. He is weak. Because for you to now start taking shots at your wife's career.
Oh, you're talking about
me,
this particular dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
me,
okay,
I
okay,
feel
okay,
like,
okay.
Who are you talking about? Will Smith?
No.
Oh,
I was talking
Tommi.
about a generic person.
Oh, I was talking
Yeah.
about Tommi. Like, at some point, I thought he was being needy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, is this guy busy at all? What does he do for a living? That was what popped up in my head.
Yeah, because a man that's asking for quality time,
right,
it's not a bad thing,
mm-hmm.
but it can become a toxic situation.
Right.
It can become, it's questionable.
It's like, what are you doing?
Why do you have so much time?
Why do you have time
To know that
That's
you're
what
missing
came up
out
to my mind.
on quality time.
Right.
But I'm speaking from my love language standpoint.
Right.
Maybe we should be nice to him, but I would rather a man be so busy and not be complaining about not having quality time.
Actually, I don't have a problem with him saying he wants to spend more time with his wife.
Right.
My own problem
That's a preference. It's not right and wrong.
Yeah. My own problem is when he start taking shots at our career.
Right.
Like when he start, talking down to her.
Right.
That's not
so
unacceptable.
two things. He's
Why is
taking
that
shot at the career,
Yeah.
and he's complaining about quality time.
Right.
That combination is bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
So you know what? First thing I did was go Google this dude. Like, yo, what does he do?
He's an entrepreneur.
I'm like, is she married to a deadbeat? Because that's what came to my head. Because dude is complaining about.
Let me give him proper credit. He was a college football player.
Right.
And is now an entrepreneur.
I found
and he was
out
a college football
after
player
the fact.
who got paid, I think. I don't know how football works, but
Right.
I think he got paid. And he had a job. Now he's the manager to artists. He's an entrepreneur. He runs some companies in Dallas. So and he's trying to manage his wife too.
And that's a no-no. Except if the wife wants him to manage.
Do you think it's a good idea for a husband to be managing the wife, especially
if she wants
in the midst of this situation that they have going on?
If she wants it, it's okay. But if he's the one pushing for it,
right?
No, it's not a good idea.
It's a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
All right.
He needs to focus on his own work and let her go, and they come back together and spend time together. It's awesome.
Yeah. So let's.
But that's a lot of pressure. Imagine what he's doing right now because he can't snap out of mourning his mom, and he has to follow her everywhere to where she's walking. Imagine the attitude is going.
That can become toxic.
It will become. Toxic.
Because distance does make the heart fonder.
Right.
And people need space. That's real life.
We all do need a
people need affection.
Of space.
People need quality time just as much as they need space.
Right.
So if they're already facing a toxic situation right now, and then you're now saying you want to manage her, maybe wait until you have a healthy relationship and know when to healthily back off and when to come in 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards. Once he knows how to, because he doesn't know how to do that clearly right now. Once he knows how to do that, then they can address that. But it's better if it's our idea than his idea.
Yes.
If it's her idea to manage her, then he can entertain it and treat it professional. Say, babe, then look at the downsides of that, look at the upsides of that, discuss together, and then see if it's. Personally, if my wife was a superstar like that, I'd rather somebody else be managing her, just so I can keep my wife, right? And then that also means a lot of patience. If you have a superstar, you're married to Beyonce, literally. That's what this is. This is a person that was in a group with Beyonce, right?
You gotta be secure in being a husband.
Your security level must go beyond just I'm secured.
Yes.
Other people must feel like you are a secured man.
Yes.
It's not enough that you are secured. I get it. You're secured. Congrats. That's not enough. Other people must feel like you are secured. Enough of other people. Once you have 1 or 2 other people or 3,000 fans on social media thinking you're insecure, your wife maybe knows you and go read that and then start feeling like, because once you put something, you plant that seed in somebody's head.
Yes.
Right? Now that's gonna be like, yeah, and you just don't know how weak or how strong she is.
Yes.
So it's a bad idea that he's floating in that zone where he's being read as insecure, as a narcissist, because people like he lost his mother. That's really a valid thing he's dealing with.
Yes.
But crisis is when your real character is tested. Crisis is what tests marriage. That's what it is. It's not when everything is rosy and you can say, "Oh, you guys love each other." We know. Okay. And clearly it's not working for 50% of the marriages out there, right? So the person says, you got more? You got more. While you're waiting for that, it's okay. We'll do back and forth. He wanted a stay-at-home wife that cooks and gives attention. See, they're helping you interpret.
Even though he didn't say that.
Well, he said he needs quality time, and he talked some shades.
He said she doesn't cook
her job, and he's talking about quality time.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You give people the permission. Sorry, babe. You're giving people permission to interpret for you when you do that. You got to be secured. You got to come off as secured. More importantly, all right. So it goes, which is weird. This person, which is weird, is looking for attention. So it's not really. I hate to do the masculine gender role thing here, but it's real. Women don't like a man that's needy.
No, we don't.
All right. Most women don't want a needy man.
No.
Okay. The same woman
to be a man
who says, "I want to cuddle" and stuff like. If you're too needy, it gets annoying.
Oh yeah, it does.
Everyone, including yourself, needs some space.
Hallelujah to that.
Some distance.
Okay.
And some love at the same time, right? You're married to a Grammy Award-winning singer, songwriter, and actress. Like you're not on this show because of you.
Oh shit.
Of her, I guess. I think he's battling everything from an ego. Do you think he's battling ego? We're all battling ego. Again, these words that people are throwing around, like we all battling ego.
You know what? I have to say that I don't like them being on the reality TV show. I feel they're too vulnerable. They're too young. They're too young to be on this show. Okay. They're not strong enough.
But they're not on the show.
Because this is what is going to happen. This is what is happening.
I agree.
It makes it tougher for them to walk on the. Oh my God!
I get it.
Oh Lord!
I get it. Now let's go back to topic.
Oh Jesus!
Okay? All right. Now let's pretend that they're not on TV show. There are many people dealing with these issues.
Okay.
And they're not on TV shows. Let's talk to those people. So there's an extremely high chance Letoya will never see this video. Extremely.
Right.
Okay. So let's not worry about them. Let's just learn from this story.
There's someone going through that.
Right. So I think he's battling everything from an ego. Ego is a real thing that can destroy a marriage. Not just a marriage, life. His mother's death and the fact that he's not the powerhouse in the relationship. You know, when a man sees that, he's going to start questioning his ability too. and he's going to start feeling less than himself. He's the one that will start feeling worthless. And when a man starts feeling worthless, it's extremely bad. It gets very bad. It gets depressing. And the worst part about a man's depression is that they hate to admit it, which makes it worse.
Yeah, it makes it worse. Absolutely.
All right? They hate to admit that they're depressed because it's supposed to be a man. It's a man's world. It's supposed to be strong, right? And you don't admit to it, you don't acknowledge it, that's where it starts. The destruction starts from there. Because the best thing about all of this stuff is to be aware, right? The awareness and being able to admit it is like half the battle won, right? But when you cannot admit it and you're in the middle of that dirt, in the middle of that dirty, it gets really bad. Go ahead, baby.
Well, I have to actually commend him for asking for forgiveness for walking out on Toya, because he eventually came around to ask her for forgiveness. I feel like
that apology right there.
You don't think it's sincere?
No, she didn't feel it's sincere. Did you know? Did you see the difference between that hug and the hug she gave when
let me
John
just
Gray,
give her what she wants.
Okay? Yeah, she goes like this.
Oh.
So a woman is giving you a hug and she's rolling her eyes at the same time.
Oh Lord,
it's not bad. Good. She at least did not, remember it's about her feelings.
Yes.
She at least did not think that apology was sincere. And that makes it not
sincere.
Maybe sincere, but makes it useless.
Yeah.
Right? Makes it useless. Right? So, but apology, if you want your apology to be accepted, it's really about the listening first. There's a prerequisite to that. Listening. The next step is that she has to feel heard. You have to be patient.
Absolutely.
She may not feel heard on that same night.
He needs to work on his words. You can't be talking down to a woman. It's wrong.
And he admitted to it. He's rude. He's blunt.
Excuse me. Didn't I say that people who speak blunt are rude? Because honestly, people
don't blame them. It's a language.
People say, "Oh no, I just speak blunt." No, you're rude.
You're rude.
When you just speak without.
If you speak
thinking,
blunt, you're just rude. That's just what
wrong.
you are. Yeah. If you speak blunt and you're willing to say, "Oh, that's just me. I just speak blunt," you're rude. Okay. That's just what that is.
Then don't sulk if people,
right. Oh, by the way,
from you or don't respond to you or talk back to you back.
Yeah.
It's not okay. So I think he really needs to work on himself. He has a whole lot of work to do because Letoya is giving him a lot of chances.
Yeah.
She is. I see her doing that.
Yeah.
She is trying, but she is getting frustrated too. But you can't easily.
Because if we know anything from our past history, she's a runaway. 2 months. She was married for 2 months.
I don't blame her. She's a Pisces. We run for our life.
Yeah, but
we run for our dear life. Yeah.
But anyway.
What? We don't play that.
Right. So we know that,
Lord,
that she's capable. If she gets to a breaking point, she is capable of absolutely running away from a marriage.
And she can take good care of herself.
Because she's proven that. And it's not wrong. It's not a right and wrong issue.
It's not a right or wrong.
People get to their breaking point, they get to their breaking point, it is what it is. You go marry a girl who can get to a breaking point, it is what it is. You better be a strong man who can feed the marriage emotionally.
Right.
If you can't feed a marriage emotionally, you got problems. You got problems. So the way he tried to be her manager. No, wait. This is how this person started. The person is called Yumi. Weird. Trolls on
what do you mean weird?
This is a Yumi.
That's somebody's name.
You call yourself Yumi on YouTube, but anyway.
Yumi or Yummy?
He's
it could be Yummy.
He said he is jealous of her. Again, if you don't act right in public, people will interpret your behaviors for you. He is jealous of her. The way he tried to be her manager. By the way, it's not just celebrities that this happened to. It happens to people that have private lives. When you get your wife to a place where she has to, because she's discussing with her friends, discussing with her friend what she's going through, that person she's discussing with say, "Don't tell anybody. Letoya is going through this. Let's just pray for her." That other person will not go tell the next person, say, "Don't tell anybody. Did you know that Letoya is going through this?"
That's why you gotta face God when you're going through these things. Get professional help.
You know what that means? About 50 people in your small community now know your business.
Yeah, fact.
Everyone deals with this, okay? So, but here's what they do when they look at all those behavior, they interpret it for you.
They'll take it to another level, actually.
Yeah, they will make it worse. Attention does make things worse, but there has to be a thing first, though. Let's just keep that in mind.
Yes.
Okay, all right. There has to be a thing to make it worse.
There's no smoke without fire.
So, the way he tried to be her manager and make her meeting about him is a red flag.
I didn't like that too. Because before they went into the meeting.
What happened? Tell them.
Okay,
what meeting was this?
So before they went into the meeting, I think she was trying to get some. She
was trying to get a deal.
A deal.
Right.
She told him. She said, "Tommy, please, I need you to be quiet when we go in there. Don't start talking.
Don't run your mouth.
You know, you want to be my manager or something like that. Just be quiet. Let me handle the talking." They got there. And the next thing is making some funny conversation like, didn't your wife just tell you to be quiet?
So he's not listening.
She is not listening.
Well, men don't listen.
I think he felt like
some people say women don't lie, men don't listen.
They sure don't. Like, wait, chill. She didn't find it funny, but he thought it was funny. And I'm like, this dude, man. Like, seriously, you need to stop. I don't like the idea of him being a manager. I don't.
So he did come up that way.
Yeah, he did.
Right. So
legit.
Yeah. He's not, and you know what? That happens. Like, even it could have been just their marriage. If me and you go into public and we're talking to other people, and me and you now start bickering back and forth.
Right.
And and people are looking at us like they're fighting and detention, right?
Yes.
We are instantly in that moment we're inviting people into our lives, and they would destroy what you and
Yep.
They would destroy it for us.
Fact.
That's just the way life works. And it's not their fault. Guess whose fault is it?
It's our fault.
You. Because still Balano. We have English audience. Sorry, guys.
If the wall
does not open, a lizard does not enter.
If there's no crack in the wall.
If there's no crack in the wall. People in America, in the East Coast, don't even know what lizard is. What is that?
Oh God,
what is a lizard?
Wall gecko. They know
what is a lizard? It's a type of reptile.
They know lizard.
They know crocodile. It's a small crocodile.
Jesus.
All right.
Serious.
All right. So he's not happy. They're arguing because he's jealous. It has nothing to do with jealousy. Zero. Has nothing to do with jealousy. These are two people who are best friends. That's clear. I could see that they're actually the same age, and they love each other, and they are winging it. They are winging this thing called marriage. They haven't learned what it takes.
Marriage.
Forget marriage. Relationships. There's a skill set to nurturing relationships. Why would you want to put all that hard work in? Because it's worth it. Everything we have in life that matters is based on relationship. I don't care how rich you are, it's because of your relationships. So if you don't know how to nurture relationship, especially the person you're going to be having sex with and live with, right? If you're not going to learn how to do that, it doesn't matter if you're best friends. Being a best friend does help tremendously, but only to a certain point. And he said, I think he's talking about when we said she's a runaway. He said, I wouldn't have touched her with a 10-foot pole. She unfortunately wants to right the wrongs now. So that's just the world we live in. We have I'm not saying she's that way. I don't really see her. I see her as a good girl. Maybe that relationship coach was busy coaching her. But we're talking about the fact that she was a runaway from the other marriage.
Well, excuse me, you don't know what happened to her in the other marriage.
Well, 2 months. It's kind of like too early to know what happened.
The guy did to her. Some people are just so toxic.
Right.
I wouldn't even judge her. I don't know what happened.
We were supposed to talk about power and control. We're supposed to talk about power and control.
Power and control.
Yeah, Tony, he's talking about power and control. It's all part of the formula. I think we were watching something else about power and control. So controlling people, that's toxic for a relationship.
It is toxic. You can't control another.
And power and control are not the same thing. Power is silent.
Yes.
And everyone needs it. But people misconstrue control for power, and then they have a problem. Control is absolutely toxic because there's only so much you can control. So it gives you an illusion that you're controlling stuff and you're not, And the closest you can get to controlling anything is to relax.
That's actually where the power comes
and that's where power is, So, you're done over there?
Yes, I
Okay.
am. Then.
They're arguing because he's jealous. No, it has nothing to do with jealousy. Is he jealous? I don't know. I just don't think it's relevant. Is he a narcissist? I don't think it's relevant.
I wouldn't call him a narcissist yet.
Not yet. Narcissist will destroy a marriage, but they're best friends. That's why, men get comfortable with saying, this is my best friend, so I can talk to her anyhow. I can argue. It's okay to argue with your best friend. No, it's not.
Do you see the excitement? Even though everything they're going through, do you see the excitement in Toya's face when they're like,
she's
having
happy.
Fun? She's happy.
And they have lots of highlights.
You can't pretend about that.
No,
I just see the life that lights her face. Like, wow, she is happy.
She's happy.
She wants to be
VH1 is showing their negative right now. They're highlighting their negative, but she's happy.
Yeah.
But that negative is powerful enough to destroy them if he doesn't go learn how to do this thing, if he doesn't go see a certified counselor
like
John
one
said.
of our biggest problem with him is that he walks around our house with a bottle of emotions, but he doesn't express himself.
Yes.
And then when he talks to her, it's like harsh.
Right. That's crossing the toxic masculinity borderline right there. Some people think it's a man thing. They just don't talk. I don't cry. Well, if your emotional is causing tensions, that's not being a man.
No, that's not being a man.
That's not being a man. And that's what it all comes down to. Your city, your nation, your whatever you're leading. What's the energy?
Rock. You're supposed to.
Are you the one pulling it down? Is it your emotions that's pulling things down? Is it your emotions that's destabilizing the energy in the house? This is easier said than done. I just say easier.
Hard.
I just easier on everybody.
This
is easier said than done, right?
Yeah.
Right? So this is extremely hard. But once you learn it, it gets easier with practice. It starts with awareness. Knowing that most of all of us men, we were raised with the wrong ideas of what a man is supposed to be. Okay? A man, just think about a powerful king. Power is mental. Control is all about your physical, right? And we all know that gidigba does not open the door for a thief.
Except if you have a key.
What's gidigba in English?
Like being aggressive.
Aggressiveness, because he's been accused of being passive aggressive too, right? And passive aggressiveness is not something as power, okay? If you can be detected as we all manipulate too, by the way. But when you're being called manipulative, right? If an average person can detect that you're manipulative, you got a problem. But we all manipulate. If you've ever tried to sell, that's manipulation.
Okay.
If you try to sell me your idea, especially if you're an arguer, right? That's manipulation, right? But again, the sweet spot is always in between. Are you toxic with this human being characteristics? Religion, you know how I feel about religion. Religion, the extreme of it is destructive, period.
Blank space.
Not having any kind of faith in your life can be destructive because you will be tested in life and you will need to call to hire something. And just your physical self and you being mature is not going to be enough.
No, it's not.
You're going to need patience. A strong spiritual core will help you with patience.
You believe in. Yeah.
Will help you with trust. Because we all know you can't trust humans, right? The Bible said that in how many ways, right? We all know that, right?
Right.
So what do you depend on when that's like certainty is basically a human basic need? We have certainty. In that same breath, we have varieties. That means we like some surprise sometimes too. But we need some stability. We need to know what we're up to, what we're doing, right? Are we making sense? Facebook, YouTube, you guys will be all right.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. The algorithms over there, well, everywhere. People like watching later, I guess.
Right.
All right.
It's all good. It's all good.
Are we making sense? No, I just noticed that I was facing Instagram a lot. But it's okay. They're just watching us. I'm facing my wife, right? Yeah. So yeah, those are the oxymorons of being a human being, being in a relationship. And that's not going to be like you're not born with that knowledge. A lot of people get into marriage, they go through a pre-counseling stuff, they think they're all right. No, you're not. There's going to be stuff that will show up that you didn't even know.
People forget that they're in the in-love state. when you're in the in-love stage, I mean, you're all right, you're good. It's when the real shit hit the fan. All that pre-counseling thing goes out the window. Like, wait, what? Like, you don't even remember half of those things. You don't even care about those things at that time.
Yep. So, and they've been married for a little bit less than 2 years, and their honeymoon phase is gone right now.
You know that most marriages struggle in the first and the second
Well, they
year
said
of
at
their
least
marriage.
you have in-love honeymoon phase for 2 years.
Not when you have a baby right away. That shit is over real quick.
She's speaking from experience.
Okay. When you get pregnant immediately after getting married, hey, I'm not mad at people that want to wait for 2 years after getting married. I'm not mad at you because you want to enjoy your marriage for a while.
Yeah.
But when you get pregnant like instantly, and now you got the kid, and that's when shit hits the fan real quick. In-love stage is out the window.
Completely, So let's just round things up a little bit here.
Yes.
I think it's a lovely family. I think
so too.
I'm rooting for them.
I
want
think
them to be
Tommi
good.
is gonna be good. I think Toya's got him, and I think they can do it.
Yes. Yes. And I think in a very twisted way, we'll see what happens in the next few years. It is what it is. Hopefully they'll be fine. Whatever happens to them, they'll be fine. I think he's gonna be. This may be a good thing for them. All that light that's shed on them right now, that we just call this bad, they don't have as much light as Will Smith. And Will Smith, if you haven't listened to Will Smith's story and his marriage, and if you haven't listened to it, you should listen to it and listen to it closely. And at that level, like nobody has that. Even up to today, people are still accusing them of all kind of shitty craziness and swinging. People still do. And those things can test a marriage.
Of course. They're humans now. They have feelings.
They have to arise. They have to go above to this level of trusting a higher self. They have to be extremely spiritually strong to be able to live the life that they live. And that's the part that I agree with the people that say celebrities. However, that somebody is creating stories on the producers sometimes instigate things.
They do.
But no, the best stories right now are real. They ambush them. They go find their top secret and put it in front of them.
And their worst enemy and bring them to their house. Like, wait,
that they are real. They are real. And some of them, yes, they want to reverse engineer the millions of attention and see if they can make some money from it, right? Some of them do that and they try to create story, but they find them out soon. Because everything is all in the light. Somebody will come as a lie. You say you had a child out of wedlock, but that was a lie. That was staged. They say that. They will catch them because everybody has cameras and they're covering everything these days,
Yes, and everybody's trying to get paid,
Yeah. And with that being said, we should just say RIP to George Floyd. And definitely the world needs to do better,
Absolutely.
The world needs to do better. But everyone should keep in mind that overly charged emotions never fix anything. We need to learn how to take power back. The systemic racism everywhere.
It's real.
You have to be smarter than your emotions.
Yes.
To take anything back. They're not going to give you power either. Okay? It's not going to happen. It won't. Why would they? Why would you have power and then give it back? No.
This is I feel like when you're in Nigeria, you're complaining about one thing. Okay? Like in Nigeria, we are all black people.
Yeah.
And we are the ones doing ourselves. Okay, Nigerians, we are doing ourselves. And then we come over here. And then you realize, oh my God, I'm black. I'm targeted. Oh Lord, I could be down. I'm raising kids that are black.
Targeting.
That is real
like
life
you've been targeted hundreds of years before you got here.
Oh my God. I had no clue.
So, and I'd like to say to people like that, you were targeted long before you got here. Your ancestors, were the first people who tasted this. Doesn't matter if they live in Africa or they were in Africa or they were shipped here by boat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It happened everywhere.
If you have the color of the skin, there is systemic racism, and it is just what it is. But with time, with time, I think there is hope. However, the hope does not lie in expressing with emotions. it's okay to express our emotions that we're not okay. I love those videos and everything.
Right.
But at some point, the same way, you have to be cold. You have to be cold and heartless to take power back. Because the only way you can get power back is to take it. They're not going to hand you back the power. Okay? Because as far as they're concerned, you never had the power. But the power, remember what we said earlier? It's not getting bad. It's not emotions to go fight. It's not the looting.
It's a sad situation.
We understand the pain that causes people to feel like they need to loot, but it's not going to fix the issues. That's all we're saying. So it's time that we start having higher level conversations, higher level. I don't know the answer. Honestly, I don't. But one thing I know is that they got power and they've had the power for hundreds of years and they continue to exercise that power. But it's not one human being coming at you. It's systemic.
It is systemic.
It's built into the system. And we need to be smart enough to see that. And I don't like talking about it.
Me neither, because
I feel like I can cross lines that I don't need to cross.
Oh my God!
Thank you guys so much for hanging out.
Oh my God.
Tony, thank you. Brotike, thank you. RNG Baba, thank you. Thank you, Dream Boy. Thank you, everyone. And those of you that plugged in on Facebook and YouTube, I can't really see anybody.
And let's not forget to nurture our relationships, okay? Let's keep nurturing our relationships.
Yep.
You have to give and not expect back.
Yep.
Okay, and that's how you get what you want, basically.
Yeah. Thank you, Bro Tayo. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Bro Tayo.
I think I saw Busola. I think I saw Shefumi. A lot of people. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tiwa Lesho. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Baby's always murdering people's names.
I try.
Thank you.
See you on the next one. Next Friday, 5 p.m. Peace.
What happened to one of my nails?
You sure you don't want me to end all the live session first?
Jesus. I lost one.